Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, Meatball!
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
1-2. Muncy, left to right. It's a fair ball down the line. Edmund is in. Rojas 2. Tucker's got a green light. He's safe. Max Muncy unloads the bases and gives the Dodgers the lead. And Seager with a high fly ball to right. Meckler moves back for it. He's out near the wall, and it is caught! Meckler got it! The Mech strikes again! And 2 out. And he flies one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track, looking up, and it's out of here! Brett Beatty with a grand slam! Ronnie's pick to click, and he clicks for 4 runs!
And welcome to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. I'm Keller, filling in for Sammy B. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, I just lost there we go.
I turned you down too much. Sorry. It blew my eardrum out, so I panicked.
I got used to hearing it, and then it went low. And but anyways, thanks for being here.
I didn't want to hear it that loud.
You didn't want to hear me. It's okay.
No. I just wanted to be able to hear other things after I take this headphone out.
Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. We got a lot and not a lot. We're just gonna kind of wing of these shows. Mike Vorhies is going to be joining us though at 3:35.
Yes, he will.
So that's in. Mike will be here. Looking forward to that as well. Guardians play tonight. We're going to talk guards with Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast. Bunch of games last night. Toronto winner over the Boston Red Sox, which I like. I'm down with that. I'm not a big Boston fan. Actually, I don't like Toronto either. So I know Sam always wears his Toronto Blue Jays hat, but
I think that's because his son likes the Blue Jays, though.
That makes sense. That could be why.
I think his son's a big Blue Jays fan.
Gotcha. Ever since, and now that I want to say his name, I'm not going to be able to remember it. Was it Batiste? I think it was Batiste. Is that it?
That is a baseball player's name, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's who it was at Toronto. I'm having like a massive brain fart, and I can't think of his first name. But I did not like him at all when he was at Toronto. So, yeah, then the Mets winners 8-5 over the Braves yesterday. The New York Mets grand slam action early on in that game. Minnesota over Baltimore 9-5. Philly winners over the Cardinals 6-5. We'll get to some of the more of these scores here coming up. But yeah, Mike's going to join us. We're going to talk Guardians, figure out what's going on with the guards. If they can get things back in line, if they can start making a comeback again, I guess, into the AL Central.
Yeah, how many games are they from first now?
I think there were 4.
They're 4 behind.
Yeah,
that was what I think that's what I heard last. They were 1 behind, and then they had that series with the Mets that threw them back a little bit.
Yeah, didn't that didn't
help their cause at all.
Yeah, so Guardians 6:40 first pitch tonight. They got a 3-game series with Detroit, and right now, White Sox, Twins are 3.5 back. Tigers 3.5 back. Guardians 4 back, and the Royals 13.5 back. So they're pretty much out of it.
They blew it. Guards, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're right there. Now they've got the Twins and the Tigers. So we'll talk to Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast a little bit later this hour, just after the news.
Hopefully he can explain to us what happened there.
and what they can do or try to do to come back and to get back into contention on winning the Central, because they need to figure something out. I don't know.
Well, as I understand it, it shouldn't be too bad for them to do that.
I mean, they've showed so many times throughout the season where like, okay, now we're talking. This is what we got: pitching, we got run support, we've got bullpen help, and I don't know. It seems like they've just hit a little. I don't know. Is it a summer lull or what's going on? But
I know. I'm curious to see what Mike says because I know they've gotten those new players from just at the end of the trade deadline. So I'm curious to see how those guys are shaping up and see if they're part of the problem, maybe.
And seeing who could potentially be pulled up to help out a little bit as well, because there's
already there.
Yeah.
They just brought 2 or 3 new people into the team at the end of the trade deadline. We're already talking about bringing up more.
Well, they can start to expand their roster, and you can start bringing some of your younger guys up, and we'll get with Vorhies and figure out what's going on, because I mean they've got they got a 3-game skid against the Tigers, and then some West Coast stuff where you've got the Padres, Giants, Rockies, Angels, and then Kansas City, Toronto. And then, boy, I tell you what, September is going to be a big month for the Guardians. They need to set themselves up when they go out. They need to take care of Detroit bad. And then they need to take care of business when they go out west. Because starting in September, you've got the Blue Jays, Tigers, Orioles, Twins, White Sox, A's, Red Sox, and Royals. At least you've got the Royals at the end of the season. If you need to pull off a win or two here or there, you got a 3-game series against Kansas City that might come into play really big for the Guards at the end of the season. But that's a tough September for a team that's trying to make up games. They've got a chance. They've got the Tigers and the Twins. Both of them in the month of September. So, boy, oh boy, that's going to be, that'll be fun for them. That'll be a lot of fun for them. Let's see. What else do we got going on tonight? Pirates are in action. They've got the Marlins, 6:40 in Miami. Cubs Nationals tonight. Mariners Yankees tonight. A game 7:05 on TBS. And the Red Sox Blue Jays are on tonight. Mets are on tonight. Boy, Red Sox Blue Jays, that should be a good one. Mets Braves, Orioles Twins, and Red Sox. There's a whole slate of games. I think everyone plays tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of. If you are a baseball fan, tonight starting at 6:40, you should have no problem finding anything to watch until 1 a.m. because the Royals Dodgers, they go at 10:10. There was some more baseball news that came out since we are talking baseball. Let me go.
Mike is messaging me in the private chat because he's awaiting his interview. He says, yes, everyone plays tonight. Everyone
plays tonight. So it's a full slate of baseball action. So you should have no problem whatsoever. I'm getting in. I'm trying to find, let me see here. We'll do it the right way. Yes, there was a firing. The Los Angeles Angels have fired pitching coach Mike Maddox, assistant pitching coach Daryl Scott, and bullpen coach Dom. I know Chiti, Chiti. I'm really bad with names. You know what I could have said for that. Yeah. According sources tell ESPN that Maddox joined them in the offseason, was working on a 1-year contract. But the Angels pitchers have a 4.53 ERA and the most walks in Major League Baseball. That's crazy. And I'm interested in Mike. Don't answer in the chat if you're listening because I'm going to ask you about it, and you could answer it later on. Did you see the White Sox leading the Central? Did anyone see the White Sox coming into this season leading the Central? Because I didn't. Did you?
I think they've been the surprise team this year, haven't they? I remember correctly.
I think they have too.
Okay, yeah, Mike's giving me a nod.
This is interesting too. This is from the Athletic MLB. It says the Yankees have received massive capital infusion of $2.6 billion via a deal with an arm of Apollo Global Management. The deal is a mix of debt and equity and will allow the Yankees to refinance or retire much of their existing debt, which means that the Yankees are going to go on a massive spending spree in the offseason.
Oh, good for them.
Oh, my debt's gone. Instead of being responsible, we're just going to go out and try to buy everybody. That's what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And honestly, that's what you should do as a team owner. Get out there and spend that money and win that season.
It's so bad that that's what certain sports have turned into.
That is the core issue with the MLB. It's pay to win, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And every now and then you get a couple teams who, like Moneyball kind of stuff. You get a couple guys like that who just come up, and a couple teams. I always think of Tampa Bay a couple years ago where they had no butts in the seats. There was nobody there, and they just kept winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, and still nobody was going there. And they're like, they've got like the lowest payroll in baseball. How's this happening? I mean, Guards did it in 2016. I mean, their payroll wasn't through the roof. They did it right, and they ended up getting to the World Series. But yeah, nowadays, welcome to the New York Dodgers, LOL.
Yeah, in the world of the Dodgers, things are a little differently.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so frustrating to me that it's no longer about, building your organization the right way. I'm just going to throw money at everyone. And I mean, there's no loyalty anymore either.
No, that's why we need those salary caps in baseball.
Like back in the day, you used to have guys who would stay in the same team for forever. Now and you see it so much starting off now in high school, for crying out loud. It's starting off in high school. Speaking of high school, and Mike's going to be joining us. Make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow. I won't be here. Mike will be broadcasting live from St. Harlumbos, our coaches banquet. We do that. We broadcast live from there every year. Get to talk to some of the coaches, talk about high school football. Jeez, it's crazy to think that a week from this Thursday, so 9 days, we are kicking off high school football. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You think the teams are ready?
I'm sure they are.
No, they're not.
No? Haven't they been in conditioning?
You're never really fully ready.
I don't know.
And you truly don't know what you have until that first game. There's something different. You can go through all the passing scrimmages and all the regular scrimmages. It's just not the same. It's not the same energy. It's not the same excitement. You don't get the butterflies in your stomach before a scrimmage. It's when the points, the playoff points are on the line. In high school football, every single game matters. Every game. My sophomore year, we missed the playoffs by like 0.002 of a percentage point.
Ooh.
It was like the dumbest thing. And we missed the playoffs my sophomore year because of that.
That's tragic.
Every single point matters when it comes to playoffs. And that's why, like, when you look at the Massillon Tigers in their football schedule, a lot of their out-of-state games, they either only get half points or they don't get total points for playing out-of-state teams, I believe. Which means when they do play the teams in-state, Harding, Glenville, Glen Oak, and St. Ed's. I think those are the 4 local teams they have on their schedule this year. Those games are really, really, really important to them. They're really important to them. So every point in playoffs matter, or in the regular season matters. Oh yeah, this broke yesterday. Thanks, Mike. Feaster is going to be on the Pat McAfee show on Friday. He is going to announce where he is going to attend college. So he transferred from Hoban and is at Massillon, and he's going to be on the Pat McAfee show Friday. It's so cool. It's really awesome that you've got some local talent who's going to be on national TV announcing where they're going to go play college football. However, someone had commented. We were talking about this yesterday in the commentators group for football. We've got a group chat with all the broadcast teams on that we talk about back and forth. And someone made a comment in there. Oh, here it is. It says the portal has kind of killed the commitment announcements. 1 year of playing behind someone or them recruiting a higher rated recruit the following year, and then the player, they leave. Yeah, it's right. 100%. I agree. Someone said local talent. LOL. Come on.
Dong Bobbler.
Northeast Ohio talent. It'd be cool if it was any other school too. If it was Harding or if it was Hoban or if it was St. Ed's. It's cool in these guys that you have a chance to go see on Friday night play, high school football. You get a chance to go see them before they, eventually move on to bigger and better things.
I know Sam's he'll talk about an MLB player or an NFL player from a highlight, and he'll be like, yeah, that guy went to St. Ed's right down the street. And you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because Sam remembers all that stuff.
He does. I don't. I have a very, very, very poor memory. So
oh, man. Yeah.
I have to, and you could say something to me right now, and then 10 minutes later, you could come back to me and I'll be like, I have no idea give me a minute. Give me a you and I do it with South Park.
I have on this show before forgot what I was talking about mid-sentence. Yeah.
Well, I did that when we were doing the schedule announcement with Sam when I joined his show. I have some anxiety and some panic attack stuff that I've been dealing with and trying to get better with. And boy, I had a panic attack right in the middle of Sam's interview. Our internet was going out. Sam's looking at me. He's like, dude, I could tell something was wrong with your face. Your answers were so short. I was mid-sentence talking to Sam about something and completely forgot what I was saying. It was awful.
Yeah, we were having a conversation on the show, and Sam was like, I'm glad you said that, Ryan. You make a really good point. And I was like, I did? What was it? I need you to just tell me what I literally just said.
Just repeat it.
As it left my mouth, it also left my brain entirely.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens. It
Should
just happens.
Squeak in a little break here, maybe.
Yeah, let's do that. I appreciate you reminding me about that. So we're going to step away and take a little break, and then we're going to get to the middle of the hour, and then Mike Vorhies from MLB Guards Cast is going to join us. Looking forward to talking to Mike about the Guardians. We're going to step away. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Dad's gonna be far side. Good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do the wiggles.
Slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
High school football returns to WDPN Friday night, August 21st. This is Christian Bigglesworth. My partner Derek Dimmitt and I will be calling the action all season long. And the games will also be streaming live on AM 1310's Facebook and X pages, as well as the Q92 YouTube channel. Get ready for another amazing season of high school football, starting August 21st, right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
And welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. It's Keller filling in for Sammy B. Dung Bobbler says, if player A goes to 3 different high schools, how many colleges do we think he'll attend in 5 to 6 years? Yeah.
He's got a point.
Probably like 4 or 5. Probably a new one every year. He might double up and do his sophomore, junior year. But then once he starts to get good, he'll leave and...
He's not wrong. That does sound like an easily corruptible individual. Easily susceptible to a little bit of the green.
Yeah, it's the whole landscape. We talked a little bit about it yesterday of college football is so bad. Mike says, don't forget the NCAA makes some transfer portal rule changes. They did? They made them, or they're going to?
I mean, they will, I'm sure.
They have to do
They're going to have to eventually.
Well, there's the whole lawsuit thing, too. And I know there's a rule put in place because of, he says, I thought they had. Well, I know there was some.
I know there's like minor stuff where if you transfer, you have to use like a game penalty. There's like 5 or 6 games you have to wait before you can play.
We'll look it up here during the news and try to find out if there are any new
I know there
changes.
are some restrictions. You can't just transfer and play immediately. You have at least a penalty.
They got Congress involved now too, and that is now because they're on break, so that's going to be kicked to the side until after the fact. The NCAA, just fix your crap. We're going to step away. We got the news and weather coming up after the break. Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast is going to be joining us. You're listening to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. President Trump said Monday would demand Iran pay compensation to the United States for people the regime has killed, responding to Tehran having sought compensation for damages incurred from U.S. and Israeli attacks. The president, writing on Truth Social, compensation to Iran was never mentioned in any of our negotiations or meeting, but it's an interesting idea because I'm now likewise demanding compensation from Iran for all the people they have killed and wounded with their roadside bombs in many conflicts. It includes troops who were killed in the USS Cole and thousands of others killed in combat. Iran said over the weekend it was nearing a deal with Oman in defining new shipping lanes in the Strait of Hormuz. The Washington Post reports President Trump flew out of last month's NATO summit in Turkey on an alternate military aircraft due to an Iranian assassination threat. The operation involved a ruse where journalists and some White House staff believed they were on the same plane as the president. After boarding Air Force One, he was transferred to a smaller Air Force C-32A via an airport catering truck. The White House did not directly address the report, but issued a statement highlighting it uses every tool at its disposal to address threats on the president. The president will unveil the FBI's 2025 crime statistics report Friday, which documents the largest year-to-year drop in violent crime on record. The president traveling to the Nassau County Police Academy alongside newly sworn-in Attorney General Todd Blanche and FBI Director Kash Patel. The president will hold a press conference to release the report, which has not yet been made public. It will say murder and non-negligent manslaughter decreased an estimated 18% from 2024 to 25 across the country. Rape decreased an estimated 7.5%, robbery 18.5%, and aggravated assault estimated 7%. Burglary also decreased nearly 16%, larceny theft nearly 10%, and motor vehicle theft nearly 23%. The Interior Department has agreed to pay a U.S. subsidiary of a German company $1.2 billion to cancel 3 offshore wind leases. RWE U.S. Offshore reached a settlement agreement to relinquish its wind leases off the coasts of California, Louisiana, and New York, while also resolving all claims against the government. According to the company, it had already invested more than $1 billion toward the leases and related development. The company plans to use proceeds from the settlement to fund construction of an LNG terminal in Louisiana. The company aims to invest $900 million to secure a 16% stake in the project and aims to invest about $20 billion over the next 6 years in the U.S. to increase its power generation capacity. Jalapeno pepper is grown in Sinaloa, Mexico, at the root of a massive food recall. Covers major outlets in 26 states, including Trader Joe's, Target, and Walmart. The FDA notice said Taylor Fresh Foods is recalling finished products containing jalapenos, including dips, salsa, and guacamole that were supplied by Coast Citrus distributors. Coast Citrus realized peppers from a grower in Mexico were a potential source of a salmonella outbreak. ABC noted the outbreak has sickened 345 people in 27 states. Chipotle and Qdoba pulled jalapenos last week. Taylor Farms supplied produce for about 40% of the salad kits sold in the U.S. 79 degrees at 3:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Widely scattered thunderstorms arriving by late afternoon or evening again. Otherwise, warm and muggy 82 degrees. Overnight, more scattered showers and storms. Our low 64. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. It's Keller filling in for Sammy B. We're going to get joined by Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast. You can bring Mike in now. I'm going to read some of the comments, and Mike can chime in on some of these as well. Richard says, there are basically no rules in the NCAA transfers. Welcome to the Wild West. Imagine any other multi-billion-dollar business with next to no rules, but add in thousands of 18 to 25-year-olds. That sounds like a concoction for destruction. It says add in NIL money, and the train is speeding down the tracks with obviously no brakes. There is going to be a messy crash. I agree. Yeah. 100%, Richard. It's going to come to a head, and it's not going to be pretty, and you're going to have a lot of people on both sides upset about what it comes out, because there's never going to be a reconciliation or a decision that is made that everyone agrees upon. One more, it says, Arcade, did you read that the individual who brought the lawsuit against the OSHAA for NIL and football transfer from Big One?
Scooter, I love it.
Oh my gosh. It's nuts.
Oh man.
I mean, it's really, really crazy. Hi, Mike.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
No, not too shabby on a rainy Tuesday.
This day, when I woke up this morning, I did not want to leave my house. It was the perfect quintessential rainy day, crack a window, lay on the couch and watch nothing but TV all day. It was hard to get out of bed this morning, but it's good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Let's talk a little Guardians.
Yeah.
So we're right in the heat of the Central race. When you look at this team, do they look like they have the same fire that they did when they started off the season?
I think that's a fun question. I think once you've added the new players, I think 3 of the 4 players they've added have played well. The pitcher they added from Milwaukee obviously had a very rough outing his last time out. And fans are already up in arms about acquiring him.
Of course they are.
Of course. Why not? But, the Guardians this time last year were 6 games back. We know how it ended. They caught Detroit. I mean, Detroit led by 15 and a half games at one point, and the Guardians caught them. all it takes is for this team to get hot, and I think that they will. It's going to take a little bit of time for the new guys to kind of gel with the lineup. You've got Jose, who's been in and out because of a wrist. I know it's difficult for him to swing if he's facing a left-handed pitcher. So as long as it's a righty, we're good. But if it's a lefty, it doesn't seem like it's a good thing for him. But yeah, I think we're fine. I mean, it is what it is. The Guards 4 games back. 2 games back of the third wild card spot. I mean, it's far from over, but going 3-7 in your last 10 games is not going to help. So they're going to have to start. They're going to have to start scoring runs. They're going to have to win more games. I mean, pitching's got to step it up a little bit. But I'm not worried. It is August. We went through this last year, and everybody kind of wrote them off. And then all of a sudden, they make the playoffs and push Detroit to 3 games in the divisional series, or in the divisional series. So it's okay. I mean, this is baseball. It's a long season. I mean, we're okay. Now, if in a couple weeks we're sitting where we are, then that's a different conversation. But
yeah, Scooter says the Guards are scaring me right now. We did a rundown of their upcoming schedule, and the month of September. Like, they need to keep this thing close going into September, because you've got Blue Jays, Tigers, Orioles, Twins, White Sox, A's, Red Sox, and Royals. Like, that's an AL gauntlet to round out your season.
The funny part is the Guardians had one of the easiest remaining schedules in all of baseball.
Not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's fighting for playoff.
Yeah,
and positioning. And
we asked the question before you had come on about the Guardians, about the White Sox. Did you see them being at top of the AL Central at the beginning of the year?
No, absolutely not. I don't. If anybody did, please come talk to me, because I would like to bet with you and see how things go, because obviously something that I don't. But yeah, I mean, the White Sox have they've caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a very good young team. They don't quit, and they've got some pop in their lineup. That kid from Japan that came over, Murakami. I mean, he's got 25 home runs, and I mean, he's everything that came as advertised. So the White Sox got a good one, and their pitching is held up. They made moves at the deadline to get stronger. So yeah, it just makes the uphill climb a little bit steeper for the Guardians, but it's not one that they can't overcome.
Yeah. Stephen Volt, he's been through a lot this year too. A lot of roster shuffling, guys going up, down, new guys coming in. How would you say Stephen Voigt has done this year during, the high pressure dog days? Is this on him too? Is it just the team not producing? Has he not been able to find the right lineup? What are your thoughts on Voigt so far this year?
Well, obviously Vogt has been the back-to-back AL Manager of the Year, and there's a reason for that. The guy, he knows baseball, former player. I mean, he knows that this stuff happens. And if you look at the American League as a whole, there's really only one team that's over 70 wins, and that's Tampa Bay. Wow. They lead the Yankees by 6 games. So the rest of the American League is pretty much wide open, like you said, and it is going to be a sprint to the finish. Thankfully, the Guardians have a chance. They can do this. They've done it before. It's not like they haven't. They added at the deadline when most people thought they'd sell. They shocked a lot of people with some of those trades. And yeah, Foster Griffin being one, had a rough outing against the White Sox, but he'll bounce back. He'll pitch on tomorrow night for the Guards. Tonight, Tanner Bybee, and he's 4-11, but the record shouldn't mean anything. He just hasn't been able to get run support. So he's pitched very well, but he's lost a lot of games where he's only given up 2 runs. So you'll take that from your starting pitcher any day of the week. So they just have to take it one game at a time. And I think Vogt said it best, that this is baseball, and a baseball is a long season. So you just have to, you can't look at the calendar. You can't look at who's ahead or who's behind you. Don't look in the rearview mirror. You look straight ahead, and you take it game by game, and you control what you can control. And that's it. That's all you can ask for.
We've seen a lot of adjustments to the lineup card, sending Manzardo and Fry down to AAA, and trying to balance the veterans, but still give these young guys an opportunity to come up and be a part of a team. And how do you feel that they've done with the, bringing guys up, keeping them down, giving them opportunities to grow and kind of waiting? Like, you want to wait to make sure they're ready, but at the same time, you kind of want to see what you really got with them at a higher level.
Well, it tells you that they obviously didn't like what they had down in AAA, because that's why they went and made moves at the deadline. Manzardo and Fry going down. Fry looks completely lost this year. I don't know what it is, but he was struggling. So going down to AAA makes sense. Manzardo looked like he was struggling too. I think he was trying way too hard, trying to be like the power hitter that he's not. He is a guy that is a 6 or 7 hitter in a lineup. And he just needs to go up and play the game that he knows how to play. So hopefully him playing every day down in AAA, he'll figure it out and then potentially come back up and help the Guardians. But the lineup changing, I mean, that's going to happen a lot. We know that Vogt loves to play the platoon game with a lot of guys, righty bats versus, lefty pitching and lefty bats against righty pitching. I mean, he's done it since he's been here. I just don't think he has found one that has clicked, because a lot of moving parts. So, I mean, again, you add new people. It's going to take a little bit of time to gel. I mean, Joe Adell has looked great in the few games he's been here. Same with Nathaniel Lowe. Craig Yoho, probably not so great in his 2 games with the Guards so far, but hopefully he can figure it out. And
I mean, it's hard to judge these guys on such a short window as well. I mean, it's going to take a minute. I mean, they've uprooted their entire lives, essentially, families and everything. Like, a lot of the times these guys leave their families behind to come get to get their housing situated and join the team. And then they got to bring the family later. It's gotta be tough for them. The one guy who is the constant, and I got to talk about him. He's one of my favorite players. It just seems like, how much can Ramirez continue to take and manage a workload and the day-to-day routine with him? And then, this part of the season, he's the guy that they're going to start pitching around. They're going to start walking and not giving him clean at bats. How does he stay both mentally and physically engaged towards the end of this season?
Because he's the GOAT. He's probably one of the best players to ever put on an Indians or Guardians uniform. It's Jose Ramirez. And again, that's kind of why the Guardians went out and got Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe, so they could put some people around Jose so that they can't just pitch around him and not expect any damage to come from it. I mean, Chase DeLauder has had a phenomenal season, but if you can get DeLauder out and then Jose's up, you walk Jose, because your next batter would have been Manzardo or Hoskins, that both aren't having great seasons. So again, the Guardians are doing what they can do to make things work. I'm looking at the lineup for tonight's game, and again, it's a different lineup, and I like this lineup, so I'm hoping that it sticks. We've got Quan in center, DeLauder in right, Jose is at third, Nathaniel Lowe batting cleanup at first, Joe Adell batting fifth, and he'll DH. Travis Bazana hitting sixth, playing second. Angel Martinez playing left, batting seventh. Patrick Bailey doing the catching, batting eighth. And then Brian Rocchio is playing shortstop and batting ninth. I like this lineup a lot. When Rocchio was hitting ninth earlier in the season, he was off to an absolute smoke show. I mean, he was hitting the ball. He was probably one of our best players heading into the All-Star break. He's cooled off a little bit, but I think that's because they've moved him around, trying to find another home for him in the lineup when they should have just left it alone and kept him where he was. But yeah, I like the lineup tonight. Looks like Detroit's going to go with a little bit of a bullpen game. They're starting a guy that doesn't usually start. He's a bullpen arm. So apparently this is the tactic that Detroit wants to do to kind of start the series off, and that's fine. We'll go with Tanner Bybee, and we'll be good to go.
That's a great segue too, because I was planning on talking about the Guardians bullpen next. They've been asked to carry a really heavy load all season long, outside of like Cade Smith, who's an arm in that bullpen that people might be sleeping on, or someone that could step up, down the stretch in this season to really put in some good quality innings for the Guardians?
Oh, Cade Smith is. I mean, he's our closer for a reason. He's an absolute stud. He has had a phenomenal season, leading the league in leading the league in saves. The bullpen has kind of taken it on the chin a little bit. Guys that have been solid have had a little bit of some hiccups down the stretch. I mean, Sabrowski has struggled in a game here and there. Same with Hunter Gaddis. The bullpen just needs to lock in. I think that they will. Starting pitching needs to keep doing what they're doing. We have been one of the luckiest starting pitching teams in all of baseball. We have had the same starters pretty much all season, except when you made the trade for Foster Griffin. He became your new pitcher, and Slade Ciccone went to the bullpen. Now Slade is injured and on the injured list. Hopefully he'll be back soon. But now you called back up, Franco Alamán, who's a young flamethrower, and he has looked good at times. So just have to find that right combination. We need guys to kind of step up and do what they've been doing all year, keep the guards in a game, and hopefully they can figure it out. I know people are talking about the payroll and, we're 29th in payroll. Okay. You're talking about something that we've been discussing since 2016. I don't think the Guardians since 2016 have had a payroll over $105 million.
Yeah.
That's just how it works for us.
They've never really truly run that way. I mean, even before 2016, you get your pitchers coming up and they'd win Cy Youngs, and you'd move them on, and you'd bring up young guys, and that couple years that guy would win a Cy Young and you'd move him on. It's just the flow of the Guardians.
Cleveland has been a pitching factory. So if we can do that with some hitters, I think we'll be all right. But again, it's August 11th. The season, we're still few weeks out, several weeks out, and I think we're fine. I'm not hitting the panic button yet.
Well, that leads me into I got some quick hitters here for you. Buy or sell? The Guardians win the AL Central outright, or are we looking at a wild card dogfight until the end?
I think it's going to be a wild card dogfight until the end. I don't know if they can get the Central. Obviously, Chicago has been hot. We split the series with them, 2-2. But again, a team like Detroit, they got rid of two of their best pitchers, and yet they're still doing really well, playing really well. So you can't really count them out quite yet. Kansas City seeming to kind of put things together and scratch out a few wins. Chicago's been able to do what they do. So again, I like the race. I think it'll be fun. I think you're going to see a lot of jostling from now until the end of the season. And I think the Guardians will be in that first or second wild card spot, and we'll be on to the playoffs like we are almost every year.
See what happens from there. If you had to pick one player who isn't named Ramirez or Kwan to be an X factor in the next 6 weeks, who is it?
I think it's got to be the two guys that you brought in to help you offensively, and that's Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe, both having great seasons. Lowe has looked really good in his at-bats with Cleveland. He's good defensively at first base. And then Joe Adell, they went and got him for a reason. So Adell can be great defensively, but we need him to kind of step it up a little bit offensively. He's currently leading the team in home runs with 16, and he's only been with us for a couple of games. So I think those two need to kind of carry it a little bit, and then Jose can do what Jose does.
Awesome. Finally, one more thing. Actually, two more things. One more quick hitter, and then you and I are going to talk about high school football real quick. Last one. Sum up the mood in the Guardians dugout right now in just 3 words.
It's not over.
I love that, Mike. I love that. I don't think you could have picked up a better 3 words right there. Perfect.
It's actually 4 words because it's a contraction, but hey, I'll take it.
Contractional counts as one. It works. So
Okay.
Mike
All right.
Vorhies from MLB Guardcast joining us. Thanks, Mike. And then Mike is going to be joining all of you. He's going to be hosting the Sam Bourquin Show tomorrow live from St. Harlumbo's for the coaches banquet. I'm sure he'll talk a little bit about the Guardians game tomorrow as well. Brian Beatty and Mike Dixon are going to be joining him down there, and they're going to get to talk to some of the coaches before the banquet. And Mike, you've been a part of it for the last couple of years, doing different things and helping, round up coaches and all that fun stuff. But what are your thoughts on taking control tomorrow and running the show?
Obviously, I'm trusted with the keys to the ship. I mean, hopefully Sammy's not going to watch, but he probably will, and that's fine. I'm looking to have some fun. High school football is awesome. I cannot believe we're a week away. And just a night where you can celebrate these Stark County coaches and come in and kind of, get them to where they're not on the field. They're a little bit more laid back, a little bit more, they're more open to talk. We get them a lot of times on game day when they're uber focused on the task at hand. So just being able to kind of sit down and chat with them for just a minute or two. Obviously, we don't want to keep them from the buffet and the whole reason that they're at at the banquet. But yeah, just getting a chance to talk to them and kind of pick their brains a little bit as to what they're expecting going into the season, what they've seen so far in the scrimmages, and I'm sure that these players are ready to hit someone other than their teammates.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's cool because you get an opportunity to see these guys and you get to know them more as people, because you don't have all that hustle and bustle of pregame or postgame or anything like that. These guys come in just their, the regular clothes. Some of them I didn't recognize because they didn't have like a hat on. It's crazy. Right. So like the one year I printed out a sheet with all the coaches' pictures next to their names so that I could kind of pick them out and know who I'm grabbing. But yeah, I think just being able to talk to the guys, the coaches, off of a football field, it's nice to get to know them as people and not just coaches. Mm-hmm. I think that's a really cool thing. And you'll have Brian and Mike there. Both of them have been with us for a couple years now, know the football, and we wouldn't have handed you the keys if we didn't think you can drive the car, Mike. So make sure everyone tunes in tomorrow from 3 until 6, and then after 6 o'clock. If coaches are still coming through, we'll stay live on the stream on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So you won't miss any of the coaches if you still want to hang around and get to see who trickles in at the last minute. There's always that late arrival.
But ones that kind of try to sneak through the back door so that they can avoid the media. We know who you are. We got our eyes on you. We know.
But now we're in the main room, so they can't sneak away anymore. We used to be down the hallway and used to try to cut past, and it would be much easier for you. You're going to have a great time. Make sure you tune in with Mike. Mike, thanks for joining us today and talking Guards ball, and looking forward to getting out of the dentist tomorrow and putting on the coaches banquet and getting caught up and checking out your show and all your interviews. Looking forward to it, buddy.
I appreciate you, Keller, as always. Love talking Guards. Be safe. Enjoy the day, and let's go Guards. Come on. We got it tonight.
Guards. All right, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow. Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast. We're going to take a break. It is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
And welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. I am Keller, filling in for Sammy B. And boy, oh boy, high school football right around the corner. Thanks again to Mike Vorhies from MLB Guardcast for joining us, talking Guardians. And he will be hosting the St. Haralambos Coaches Banquet tomorrow. He'll be on from 3 until 6. Coaches will start to come in towards the about the 5 o'clock, 5:30 timeline. And then Mike will stay live on Facebook, YouTube, and X to get all the coaches even after the show ends at 6 o'clock. High school football, like we said, starts next Thursday, 8:20. That's where's the summer gone?
Like, I don't want to talk about it.
Riley starts school next Tuesday or Wednesday. Riley's my daughter. She starts school next Tuesday or Wednesday. It's crazy. But we kicking things off. Fairless at Sandy Valley on our FM. Sam Bourquin and Brian Beatty are going to have that call with Bevere on the sidelines. We have Jackson at Chardon. That game is going to be on the YouTube. And then Friday on the FM, Harding at McKinley. Talk about two Ohio powerhouses that are going against one another in week one. It'll be great to see where both of these programs who are working at, building back up to where they used to be, where both these programs are at. I hope that is a really good game. I grew up in Warren. I've been in Canton for like 15 years now, and I like both those schools. It'll be a fun game to watch. On our AM, Alliance and Northwest, we've got Central and Perry, North Ridgeville at Lake, Buchtel at Hoover, Glenville at Maslin, and Glen Oak at Dover. It's going to be a good week one. I will be there tomorrow night, sitting with my fellow Panthers. Scooter will be there. That's awesome, Scooter. Make sure to swing by and say hi to Mike and Brian Beatty and all those guys. They will be there at St. Haralambos. Looking forward to that as well. We are up against the time. We're going to get the news and the weather, 4 o'clock hour. We will be back. We're going to talk. We got Browns, a very interesting practice for them yesterday. National Basketball League announced their Christmas schedule. All that and more coming up right here on the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
An important part of the Alliance community since 1953. You're listening to AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Attacks on vessels intensifying in the Gulf region. The Houthis in Yemen claiming they targeted a cargo ship transporting Saudi military equipment in the Red Sea, killing 6. The ongoing war with Iran, along with inflation, also impacting Americans saddled with debt.
We owe more, and we're not paying our bills on time. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says Americans now owe $1.26 trillion on credit cards, and 12% of us are delinquent in paying even the minimum amount. The high cost of gas, groceries, and household items all contributing. One thing helping those lucky enough to own a home: equity. More people are tapping into that, figuring a refinanced mortgage at a little over 6.5% makes more sense than a credit card balance of 23%. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Severe storms on the move. A tornado warning temporarily grounded planes in Chicago earlier today. That forced evacuation at Midway Airport's air traffic control tower. The same storms now targeting the Mid-Atlantic. This is ABC News.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Bottles are filling and payroll's next. Whoa, what the?
I'm you with more gusto.
What's with the leather jacket?
It's kind of my new vibe, which, by the way, switch to Gusto for payroll.
Switch? Oh, that's always such a headache.
With Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, even 401k. Simple.
Can I try it on?
Gusto? Sure. The jacket? No. Switch to effortless payroll.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. One of three suspects wanted in connection with a double homicide in Canton is in custody. 43-year-old Eric Lamar of Alliance turned himself in to Canton police and U.S. Marshals this afternoon. Warrants were issued for Lamar and 41-year-old Melissa Terrell of Canton on charges of aggravated arson. 46-year-old Darrell Washington of Canton is wanted on aggravated murder and aggravated arson charges. Evidence tampering and obstructing justice. Firefighters found 42-year-old Katina Spells of Canton and 31-year-old Courtney Yeager of Massillon inside a burning apartment on Allen Page Drive Southeast Sunday morning. Police say both women had been shot. Flood watches remain in effect through Wednesday morning for Stark, Carroll, Columbiana, Summit, and Tuscarawas counties. The National Weather Service says another 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected through tonight, with isolated areas possibly receiving 2 to 3 inches. Repeated storms could cause flash flooding of creeks, streams, and low-lying areas. Flooding closed several roads in Mahoning and Columbiana counties. In Goshen Township, Route 45 is closed in both directions just south of Western Reserve Road. In Columbiana County, Route 30 was closed between Hanoverton and Kensington. State Routes 9, 172, and 558 are also closed in parts of the county due to high water. 2 former Canton police officers avoided trial on felony charges in the April 2024 death of Frank Tyson by pleading guilty to lesser misdemeanors. Bo Shonegi pleaded guilty Monday in common pleas court to dereliction of duty, while Camden Birch pleaded guilty to failure to report a crime. Both were originally indicted for reckless homicide. Pleas came as jury selection was beginning. Tyson died after Canton police restrained him after a disturbance at the AmVets post on Sherrick Road Southeast. Both officers must resign from the department. Sentencing is set for a later date. Canton woman accused of killing a man now facing a voluntary manslaughter charge. 38-year-old Leanne Haynes was indicted by a grand jury in the death of 43-year-old Ronnie Brown. Brown was shot June 14th in the rear parking lot of the Hillview Apartments on 6th Street Northeast. The indictment includes a firearm specification. Haynes remains in the county jail on $1.5 million bond. A Canton man who damaged historic stained glass windows at a church will spend 3 years on probation. 30-year-old Michael Hrinda pleaded guilty Wednesday in common pleas court to desecration for the June 5th vandalism at St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. Hrinda must also pay $14,000 in restitution and undergo substance abuse treatment. Prosecutors say he threw landscaping lights through 5 windows, including 3 120-year-old windows depicting biblical scenes. The windows were valued at about $4.8 million. Julie Jackmedes is the new president of Alliance City Council after being selected Monday by the County Republican Central Committee. Jackmedes and the only other applicant, attorney Sean Robertson, each made 5-minute presentations. Vote was then made by the 15 precinct representatives. Jackmedes was sworn in by Municipal Court Judge Andy Zumbar. She previously served 4 terms as an at-large council member before stepping down in 2018. The attorney replaces Art Garnes, who resigned for health reasons. Jackmedes will fill an unexpired term, which runs through December 2027. Canton and Canton Township putting a months-long annexation dispute behind them. City Council Monday unanimously approved a 25-year agreement allowing township homeowners to receive or keep Canton water without being forced to annex. The city and township will also share tax revenue from some newly annexed commercial properties and hotels. The deal also outlines responsibilities for police, fire, roads, and EMS. Lake Township moving forward with plans for a new soccer complex. Trustees approved a lease agreement for a North Canton Soccer Club facility on up to 22 acres at 1499 Midway Street. The project would include 10 soccer fields. Trustees also approved more than $1.3 million for this year's paving program and received a $44,000 grant for road safety signs. A Streetsboro man headed to prison for an attack that nearly killed his wife. 58-year-old Richard McNeil was sentenced Monday in Portage County Court to 10 to 15 years behind bars for attempted murder, plus 3 years for a repeat violent offender specification. He pleaded guilty in June. Prosecutors say McNeil attacked his wife with a hammer and meat tenderizer on Easter morning last year, then threw her down basement stairs. The Highway Patrol investigating a bomb threat at a McDonald's near Spire Academy in Ashtabula County, where President Trump is scheduled to visit tonight. As of noon, roads near the event and the restaurant were reopened. According to a McDonald's supervisor, law enforcement entered the restaurant and told everyone to evacuate. The bomb squad was called to the scene and checked the restaurant in a white van in the parking lot. No other details were released. The president's scheduled to visit for the final day of the Freedom 250 Patriot Games, a White House-backed national athletic competition held at the Academy in Harpersfield. 78 degrees at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast from Mark Johnson on AM 1310 WDPN.
82 warm and muggy degrees for your Tuesday high today. Keep an eye to the sky for more thunderstorms by late afternoon or evening. Overnight tonight, more showers and storms likely. Our low 64. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
1-2. Muncie with the right. It's a fair ball down the line. Edmond is in. Rojas 2. Tucker's got a green light. He's safe. Max Muncie unloads the bases and gives the Dodgers the lead.
And Seager with a high fly ball to right. Meckler moves back for it. He's out near the wall, and it is caught! Meckler got it! The Mech strikes again!
And 2 out. And he flies one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track, looking up, and it's out of here! Brett Badia with a grand slam! Ronnie's pick to click, and he clicks for 4 runs.
And we're back. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. I am Keller, filling in for Sammy B. Ryan Rainsberg on the other side of the glass, hanging out and making it so it's not just me talking.
Hey, look.
That's like having Mike Vorhies on last hour was so nice. It's so nice to have someone else on to converse
to
back
guide
and forth
the conversation.
With.
Yeah.
It makes it a little easier on over here. Major League Baseball yesterday, Toronto Blue Jays 2-1 over the Red Sox. The Mets 8-5 winner over the Braves. The Twins 9-5 winner over the Orioles. Philadelphia Phillies a 6-5 winner over the Cardinals. The Rangers 4-1 over the Angels. The Rays 10-6 over the A's. Rays and A's. Diamondbacks 9. Shut out the Rockies 9-0. Padres 3, Brewers 2, Astros 6, Giants 3, and the Dodgers 6, and the Royals 5. Those are last night's scores, and every single team in Major League Baseball is in action tonight. Guardians, Tigers, 6:40 first pitch. Bybee and Anderson are on the hill for the respective teams. So you can check out the Guardians tonight on CLEG. Pirates also in action. 58-62 on the year for the Pirates. They got the Marlins in Miami. Skeens on the mound. He has, Mike had mentioned earlier about run support. Poor Skeens has no run support. He's 9-10, 3.96 ERA on the season. Where do we want to go now, Ryan?
So you I was looking up the image of the NBA Christmas schedule.
Yes,
because I was
available.
like, all right, so who are the 76ers playing on Christmas? And
You
they're playing the Lakers.
You had to know that that's who it's going to be.
That is so funny.
Yeah, the NBA today went out and they announced their Christmas schedule for this upcoming season. And they put out like a big video and all kinds of stuff. But you've got the Spurs and the Knicks at noon, the Heat and the Celtics at 2:30, the Sixers and the Lakers at 5 o'clock, the Thunder T-Wolves at 8, and the Nuggets Warriors at 10:30. I think that 76ers Lakers game is going to be an incredibly high-rated, high-watched basketball game between those two. LeBron leaving, going to Philly, back to LA. It just it sets up so nicely. And the NBA they were waiting to figure out where LeBron was going to go, because I guarantee if he went to Cleveland, they would make their schedule the Cavs and the Lakers at 5 o'clock. It was wherever LeBron was going to go is where it's going to be. Nobody will be watching the NBA on Christmas Day. The mediocre NFL games will dominate them. Probably. I'll tune in just to see if we're at my wife's family. They will they're big LeBron supporters. They're up in Cleveland. So we will they'll probably have that game on. I'll be watching football on my phone. Plain and simple. I'll be watching football on my phone. But out of the games that are listed there, if say NFL wasn't on today, which game would be the game that you would want to tune into the most? Spurs Knicks, Heat Celtics, Sixers Lakers, or OKC Timberwolves, or Golden State and Denver? Who would you watch? You can call 330-821-1310. You can text 330-944-5179. Who would you Bills Broncos at the same time as LeBron Lakers? Yeah, I'm probably watching Bills Broncos.
Dong Bobbler checking in.
Not even a question. I'll be watching Bills Broncos, because who was I was watching some national media personality was saying that people should not sleep on the Broncos this year, which I could see them being pretty good this year. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the NFL. I think we got our games Thursday. So the NFL preseason kicks off on Thursday. We transitioned from basketball to football. There's a lot to talk about with the NFL. But let's see which slate of games, who's kicking things off on Thursday. There we go. Preseason week 1. So you've got, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The Packers and the Steelers. They're going to be playing on Thursday. That's an interesting preseason matchup as well, considering who the head coach and the quarterback are for the Steelers. Browns and Bears, they don't play until Saturday at 1 o'clock. But Thursday, Lions, Bengals, Colts, Patriots, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Texans, Chargers, Texans, Titans, 49ers. That's your slate of lineup for Thursday. That Niners-Titans game's at 9 p.m. There's a couple games on Friday as well. Broncos, Falcons, Bucks, Jets, Dolphins, Commanders. And then I think everyone else finishes up on Saturday. So that's
a busy Saturday.
That's preseason week 1. Saturday, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on Saturday with the Cowboys and the Seahawks wrapping things up at 8 p.m. I had some questions about preseason kind of stuff. And now the Browns are in a little bit of a different situation because they need to figure out who their quarterback's going to be. And we do have Todd Monken's presser from today before practice that we're gonna play a little bit later on as well, because I think it's fascinating to hear him talk about his decision-making process and how he was looking to have a better idea. And he's the head coach too, that when something doesn't kind of go right for them, someone asked him a question and he took full accountability. He says, no, that's on me. It's 100% on me to get these guys playing harder and faster and stronger and understanding. He goes, our coaches got to coach better. If they're not doing it right, then we need to coach better. And I like that about him. I really like that about him. But if is playing your franchise quarterback the preseason worth the risk anymore?
Dong Bobler says 250 million reasons why the QB will be picked.
Yeah, I think he's just dragging things along. But if that doesn't resonate with the type of person that he is.
No, I think honestly, he's kind of in a best of a bad situation kind of deal right now, and he's just trying to figure out who's going to be. Overall.
I think he has a good idea.
Yeah,
I think he has a good idea. But the fact that he's like, I'm going to give each one of these guys a fair shake, because that was what the media was saying last year. Shador's not getting a shake. When are we going to see Shador? We want to see Shador. Like, he's like, you're going to see Shador. He's going to get 1 reps. You're going to see him play. But I agree. I think that $250 million is why I believe he is leaning Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. And ultimately, Deshaun Watson hasn't really got a chance to shine. So it'll be interesting to see if he still got it after all this time.
And I love that, though. I think Deshaun Watson should be the starter, because how many
spent so much
times,
money on him.
But how many times are the Browns going to invest in a young quarterback just to throw him in the mix right away, let him get the crap kicked out of him, and then wonder why he didn't work out?
Yeah, we let him play 4 or 5 games, and they were all terrible. So he must be the worst quarterback ever. He didn't
do terrible.
But that's their philosophy of just being like, well, that's our sample size. He played 4 games. What else do we need to see?
I
don't think that's enough either.
And I know I've gotten this a lot. I'm like, why not just let him sit? Why not let him sit? And then they're like, well, we need to see what he's got. Well, I don't think you're getting a true view of actually what he's got, because he's not getting the support that he needs. He's not getting what he needs to be successful. And throwing him in there in trash time, or not truly really knowing the offense, or I don't think trial by fire in the NFL is necessarily the way to go. A lot of teams, there are some teams who can do it. Like, boom, you're in. Tom Brady, boom, success.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, you throw any franchise quarterback onto a field and they're going to do fine because they're a franchise quarterback.
Well, Brady wasn't a franchise. Like, the first time he got in, he only got in because Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't know what he
ultimately,
had.
He turned out to be. If somebody deep down is a franchise quarterback and you throw them into the deep end, they're going to swim because they always were going to swim. But that, like you said, that's a luck thing. You never know if somebody's going to be a franchise quarterback until they are a franchise quarterback.
Peyton Manning broke the interception record his rookie year. Richard says, if Watson can't beat out the literal worst quarterback in the league last year, oh boy. Yeah.
Strong point, Richard.
Very good. Very nice. I don't know if, I don't think it's I don't think any quarterback you have on your roster is your future quarterback.
God, no. We're in a rebuild year, and this is just kind of a Band-Aid year. Honestly, I'm with Sam. We don't want to win more than 5 games this year. We probably should not. We have no business winning more than 5 games this year.
It's been a Band-Aid year since since 1999. Like,
yeah, we almost said the same year.
And like this is the thing that frustrates me with Cleveland, because I'm, like I said, I root for the Browns. I'm not like a diehard Browns fan. I grew up being born and raised a Steelers fan, and I like certain players that have come through the Browns organization, so I rooted for them. And kind of just like, yeah, I will root for Cleveland all but twice a year in the regular season.
I don't hate
when they
the
play
Browns.
the Steelers.
I just hate the Haslams.
Yeah,
for running the Browns into the ground.
So I'm looking at this objectively. I do not have my heart in it. I know a lot of fans have. You know, it's hard to separate the heart from the head.
Richard, yeah. If you're playing to quintessentially tank at that point, Gabriel would be your QB.
Just throw him in, yeah.
That's not wrong.
But you don't know. I mean, Watson could be just a $250
You
million
throw
piece of
Gabriel
toilet
in to
paper.
just tank it and mess everything up, and then he becomes the franchise quarterback you didn't realize you had the whole time.
It's like
that'd be the most Browns thing ever.
Like a comeback story, and they'll make a movie about it later on.
Oh, whoops! We accidentally fell backwards into having a franchise QB.
Here's my.
That's the only way we're going to do it.
Here's my take with Cleveland. I don't think they have ever fully committed to a rebuild.
God, no.
Because if they did, they always do like halvesy.
Yep.
They do. Our defense is good. We're gonna focus on our offense. But then halfway through, they stop focusing on the offense, and then someone gets hurt, and then they start focusing somewhere else. And they always go into it with still trying to win and make the playoffs without a roster to do so. And they have to know that. If everybody else knows that, you're telling me that the people inside the Browns organization are unaware of what is happening?
I'm thoroughly convinced that Jimmy Haslam does not listen to anybody beneath him, which I'm assuming from his perspective is everybody. So
I get so frustrated because you see teams who truly do a full rebuild.
Yeah, and then they're really good afterwards.
Within like 2 or 3 years, they're really, really good. Cleveland's like, yeah, we don't need that. We just
need a franchise QB. We don't need receivers or linemen or defensive guys.
Yeah,
we just need that franchise QB, and we'll be winning Super Bowls.
It's the Browns are they're a frustrating team. And I am not even like a diehard fan of them.
Yeah, no, look,
that's my thing. Like I know Browns fans don't want me to feel bad, but I have been a fan of teams who have struggled and have not made the playoffs and really need. I'm a diehard Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I think they are in a situation where they need a rebuild.
Dong Bobbler says rebuild. The Browns need a build. They got to build a team.
True. True.
You can't rebuild what you never had.
They've never fully committed.
No.
And I think they need to fully commit.
It's like we need to take a break.
We need to take a break. We're going to take a break. More Browns talk coming up. I've got actually a lot of different talking points for them. We've got a Todd Monken interview coming up. And what else do I have? Oh, we've got This Day in Sports History. That's coming up. We got a lot coming up, so keep it right here. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN.
Since day one of your child's life, you've been all hands in. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, we make our patients a very similar promise to be the hands you can trust, no matter what specialty care is needed. As Northeast Ohio's trusted children's hospital, when their health needs a helping hand, put their care in hands you trust. Learn more at clevelandclinicchildrens.org/hands.
High school football returns to WDPN Friday night, August 21st. This is Christian Bigglesworth. My partner Derek Dimmitt and I will be calling the action all season long. And the games will also be streaming live on AM 1310's Facebook and X pages, as well as the Q92 YouTube channel. Get ready for another amazing season of high school football, starting August 21st, right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
and Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go? I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it. I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, human. I'm a micro monster swimming around in your plastic water bottle. But I can't wait to swim in your bloodstream soon.
Microplastics are micro monsters.
Drink me. Wait, what are you doing?
But you can fight back by using glass or metal reusable water bottles.
No!
Don't let microplastic micro monsters invade your body. Find more ways to fight back at stopmicromonsters.org.
And we're back on the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Keller with Rainsburg, and we're filling in for Sammy B as he is on vacation, talking NFL and particularly the Browns right now.
That song's for Dong Bobbler. It says, criminal owner, baseball GM, third-rate head coach. How are the Browns not winning?
That's a great question.
Don't worry, be happy.
You know what's really funny? I'm on X right now, and I'm hashtag dog pound was trending. So I'm going through, and they've got some highlights and stuff posted up on on X. There's a funny one. It says Shador with a good throw to his tight end probably would have been a sack, but still an awesome throw.
Yeah, Sam. We had we played some video. We showed some video on the air last week of a pass that Sam saw on the Browns page that the Browns posted themselves to X, and it was this really, really shaky, wobbly pass that didn't get picked up by the receiver and got, picked up by the other side's receiver. I don't know how they define it in practice or whatever.
The corner.
Yeah. So it was like, it was supposed to be a defensive highlight, but the guy, it was a terrible catch. It was a terrible play. It was a terrible throw. But the Browns were posting it like defense lockdown. We got it over here. It's on.
That's so funny.
I mean, that's probably just the best clip they had of the day.
Well, there's another clip on here, but I'm going to read what the comment says, and then I'll I think we've got some video from practice yesterday. So Jared Verse had a strip sack again on Deshaun Watson today, and him and Fano, who got into a fight yesterday, almost got into a scrap again today. And we have the video and some audio of. We have the video. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, and you could see the video. Ryan's going to put it up on now. Kind of say it was such a scrap. Fano and Verse going at it, slamming him on the ground, and get into a scrum, and both teams just kind of offense and defense kind of circle around, getting them separated. They all had to do different drills, individual drills after practice. But yeah, nice little scuff. They almost got into one again today, and we got some more Brown stuff to talk about because I got some questions about the fighting and what's going on, guys? Feel what's about the fighting in the preseason with the teams? I've heard takes on both sides. Some people love it, some people hate it. We're going to discuss it more after the news and the weather. We're going to send things off to Clint Marshall, and we'll be right back. It's AM 1310 WDPN, Sam Bourquin Show.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. A former Marine held in Russia for more than 4 years has been released. Robert Gilman's advocates announced the news Tuesday, days after warning he was gravely ill. Gilman, a 32-year-old teacher from Massachusetts who had been detained since 2022 on disputed charges, according to the chief strategy officer for Global Reach, a group working to free him and other American detainees abroad. Gilman is on his way to a U.S. military hospital in Texas. Authorities in Yemen say 4 people were killed when Iran-backed Houthi rebels fired missiles on a vessel in the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. Transportation Ministry of Yemen's internationally recognized government said the dead included 4 Pakistani nationals and an Indonesian. The strike came amid renewed attacks on government-controlled areas in Yemen. With the Strait of Hormuz effectively closed by Iran, there's been renewed focus on the Red Sea and Bab al-Mandeb Strait at Yemen's southern tip. Search and rescue efforts resuming in Colombia after an earthquake left over 3,000 missing. Mayors and governors from Cali, Pereira, Choco, and Manizales said Tuesday at least 179 people died in those areas as a result of Monday's 7.4 magnitude tremor. Around 1,600 buildings are damaged. Soldiers, rescue teams, and volunteers are working through the rubble. New President Abelardo de Espriella has mobilized military and police resources. Other Latin American countries in the U.S. are providing aid. At least 22 Democratic attorneys general signed a so-called common interest agreement document before Donald Trump's 2024 election, vowing to pursue prosecutions against his future administration. The document outlined what would become the Project for Federal Accountability. It was reportedly signed 3 months before former President Biden exited the race to make room for Kamala Harris. The project was referenced in early 2025 and then New Jersey Democrat Governor Phil Murphy's budget. The AGs have sued the administration nearly 100 times since Inauguration Day. Democrat attorneys general have also reportedly used their planned lawfare to fundraise for their campaigns. California Attorney General Rob Bonta has joined 82 lawsuits. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser at least 75. Washington's Nick Brown 70. And Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays 46. President Trump signed an executive order Monday related to childhood vaccines. The order recommends administering the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine in separate visits. States have the authority to require vaccinations for school children, though the order calls for revised recommendations. The executive order directed the Health and Human Services Task Force on Safer Childhood Vaccines to present a plan on improving research, expanding options for parents, and the continuous evaluation of risks and benefits to all childhood vaccines. The task force was reactivated by HHS last year and is chaired by National Institute of Health Director Jay Bhattacharya. 77 degrees at 4:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Widely scattered thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours today. Otherwise, partly sunny skies, a high of muggy 82 degrees. Overnight tonight, more scattered showers and storms with a low of 64. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Yeah!
And we're back. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. We're talking Cleveland Brownies as the preseason kicks off this week. Purple Suit says, I can't wait for the Browns to get the first pick on and the Mannings to say no way to Arch Manning going to Cleveland. They have a history of doing that.
It's a pretty popular opinion that is what will happen. The consensus says that's likely.
That's interesting.
I mean, nobody would be surprised if that happened.
I mean, is Arch Manning even going to be the best quarterback in the draft?
I'm sure the Browns think so.
They already say so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, let's talk then, teams making decisions. Cleveland is kind of holding off on making a decision for who their quarterback is. The Minnesota Vikings said, We're gonna announce it right now. Kyler Murray is our week 1 starter over JJ McCartney. So that's Kyler Murray, who I think is one of the worst quarterbacks in all of the NFL. He would have been so much better if he would have just went and played baseball. He is, out of all the quarterbacks in the league, he is probably one of the ones that I dislike the most. And I don't even know why. I have no reason behind it. There was all this hype. I was expecting him to be so good. And all he does is run around like you're playing Madden trying to escape the defensive line. I don't like him at all. So I'm glad he's on the Vikings. I don't care for the Minnesota Vikings too much either. So, but
well, it's okay. This is a Cleveland sports show, so we don't have to like those teams.
It is.
We do have to like the Browns.
Our poll question of the day, which we haven't got to yet, was who.
I was like, I should remind Keller about the poll question, and then I forgot to do that.
Who is your favorite player from a rival team? So a rival team. Who is your favorite player? Everyone has it. All my friends hate Steeler players, but they all seem to like Hines Ward. That's the one guy. Who's the guy that you would want on your team from a rival team? Pittsburgh Penguins. When I was it 2008, 2009, 2010, the rivalry with the Flyers has kind of died down a little bit. But Scott Hartnell was the guy that I said I would take on my team in a heartbeat. Tom Wilson from the Washington Capitals. I hate him with a passion, but I would love for him to be on my team. Who's that guy for you that you absolutely can't stand, but if he was on your team, he'd probably be your favorite player, and you just don't like him because he is on your rival's team?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get that part of it. Still Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
I love Antetokounmpo. He's just a genuinely incredible basketball player.
Let me know. 330-821-1310. You can text 33. That's a call. You can text 330-944-5179. And you can also comment on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Who is your favorite player from a rival team? Like, if you could take that guy and put him on your team, who would it be? Let me know. So there's that. We were talking about preseason fights. Jared Verse and Fano got into it yesterday, almost got into it again today. There was a reported fight that I am dying to see the video. If the video gets released.
Oh, yeah?
I fought Max Crosby from the Vegas Raiders and Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah. I think Sam and I talked about that a while back.
There's no video of it.
We heard about that.
I would love to see that fight, but I also want to know what your thoughts are on your teammates fighting during preseason. Do you think it's good? Is it bad? I've heard mixed opinions on it.
I can't see how that would be a good thing. Why would you want your teammates fighting?
So it naturally happens during camp. And it's just because Jared Verse and Fano, they're going against each other on almost every play when they go first team to first team. And you are trying to show that you are better than the other guy.
Oh, okay.
And after a while, if you're continuing to get beat, frustrations build up. And we haven't really even got into like the inner squad team. Yeah, pretty weak fight, right? Yeah, it was. That's why I want to see the Kirk Cousins and Max Crosby one, because you really have to make Kirk Cousins angry, like really angry to do something, to talk back or to get. I want to see that.
I'm not sure what's wrong with me that didn't occur to me. Like, why would you be fighting? What's there to fight about?
You get frustrated with the other person. You still, like, once camp's over, once the fight's even over, you're pretty good after that. And it does act as a morale builder sometimes. Scooter says, we had a few rumbles back in my high school days, but the coaches broke them up immediately. So we had a little different way of handling things when I was in high school. So we wouldn't really fight on the field. we had a locker room called the Blue Room, and it was players only. We rarely ever got coaches to come into the Blue Room. That was our space, and we would do 3-a-days. We'd have like a workout, calisthenic session in the morning. We'd do shoulder pads and helmets in the afternoon, and then we'd go full pads in the evening, and we'd have breaks in between, and we'd stay at the school, obviously, and spend some time in the Blue Room, and just kind of lounging around in between, and they'd feed us and so on and so forth. So if there was an issue that took place on the field at practice, when we got into the Blue Room, the team went into the locker room, we closed the door, and we pulled out the boxing gloves.
So it was Old West rules.
And you did a 2-minute round, and you just kind of went at it and got your frustrations out, and that was the end of it. You had your whole team around, like, cheering each other on, your offense and your defense cheering each other on.
Keller, I think you started a fight club.
And afterwards, you give each other a hug and a smack in the back of the head, and you're like, all right, I'll see you back out of practice. And
so
you just went about your way.
So is this like a secret that you didn't talk about this around the coach?
No, coaches didn't know we did this.
All right, so it was a fight club then.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the first rule is you don't talk about it. If you weren't talking about it,
Catholic school fight club.
Catholic school fight club. You know what? That was probably way more metal than the actual fight club.
You know what? We were such a close team my junior and senior years that I think sophomore year we did. Junior and senior year, we didn't really have a whole lot. We were a real tight group because we had been playing together for a long time. And Jared versus a new guy. He doesn't know Fano.
No, and Sam was talking about how he kind of has a reputation of being a hot-headed guy. So
I can see that easy.
Nobody's surprised.
We've got some more news from around the league. Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs is dealing with a groin injury and has been ruled out from practice for at least this week. Won't play in preseason week 1. Chicago's second-year wideout Luther Burden, the third, suffered an injury and is expected to be sidelined for a month, putting his week 1 availability in doubt after the Bears traded away DJ Moore earlier this season. Let's see. Teddy Bridgewater is officially placed on the reserve/retired list by Detroit. So Teddy Bridgewater, man, talk about a career quarterback who, kind of bounced around for a little bit from team here to team there and have a little bit of a starting stretch and then became a backup again. He's announcing that he will be retiring as well. Got some more news coming up. We're going to get to that after I remembered the break now. After the break, we're going to step away. You can call me 330-821-1310. Something you want to talk about. Text 330-944-5179. You want my opinion on anything? I don't know if it's worth anything, but I'll be willing to give it.
People always love a new opinion, no matter how insane or incorrect it may or may not be. Actually, if they ask for your opinion and it's horribly incorrect, we'll probably get more engagement.
Can it be incorrect, though, if it's your opinion?
No. But people will tell you that.
If you got something, let me know. We'll be back. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. It's AM 1310 WDPN.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
My name is Erica. My son, Kason, is a patient at Shriners Children. My oldest called me and said, Kason got burnt. I said, how bad is it? He wouldn't answer me. Before we could see Kason, the trauma doctor came in and said he needs to go to Shriners.
To survive a burn injury and to return to life unafraid and full of joy and be who you're supposed to be is what we strive to deliver to our patients. His injury was a big injury, and I think a testament to the care that we provide. He's fully functional. He's riding his dirt bike, doing all of the things that you would want him to do. I can't think of another system that has the impact on pediatric patients that Shriners Children's does.
I wouldn't do anything else.
We're just so thankful that Kaysen is still here because things can change in the blink of an eye. Go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Our national parks didn't just happen. They were imagined by those who saw beyond their time. The trailblazers, the bold. They stood on the edges of canyons, walked through history, and understood that these places need us just as much as we need them. Now it's up to us. Join the National Park Foundation to ensure what's all of ours is here forever. Donate at nationalparks.org/trailblazers.
Most pests hide in the shadows, just out of sight. But even as they go unnoticed, they can still put our health at risk. Often drawn to food, moisture, and clutter, pests can spread dangerous bacteria, trigger allergies, and also transmit diseases. In our homes, our workplaces, and even outdoors, pests are a serious health and safety threat. Knowing what to look for can help protect your health. Learn more at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
And we're back on the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. It's Keller I almost called myself Keller in the afternoon. It's Keller filling in for Sam.
It's the afternoon.
It is. Filling in for Sam Bourquin. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Derek DeMitt checking in. Derek, you can hear him on AM 1310 WDPN with Christian Bigglesworth starting this year for high school football. Christian and Derek coming back.
Of his high school football fighting days. Says obviously it was very difficult to hurt anyone with equipment on, mostly rolling around on the ground. Afterwards, you shook hands and moved on. There were a couple of tiffs over a girl.
There always is. But yeah, that's the thing.
Honestly, it'd be strange if there weren't.
You get your frustration out and you move on. And, I think sometimes it makes your team better. I wouldn't want my quarterback, though, fighting with my star defensive end or defensive tackle with Crosby. So, yeah, I would probably not do that.
I would think when these guys are out there getting paid millions of dollars to do what they do, you'd want to break it up as quickly as possible before somebody gets a hundreds of thousands of dollars expensive kind of injury.
Yeah.
But to each their own.
To each their own. And to each their own. The money market in the NFL is just stupid. Again, we talked about it with some of the players, some of the Browns signing too. With was it Delpit? And they just re-signed him. I have it somewhere.
Whoever they re-signed,
yeah,
they had to overpay for.
3 years, $48 million extension, 35 guaranteed. The offensive guard price tag is ridiculous. The Tennessee Titans signed guard Peter Skoronski to a 4-year, $100 million extension, $88 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid guard in NFL history.
Good Lord.
That's ridiculous. And then Buffalo, they took guard Osiris Torrance, and they gave him a 4-year, $78 million extension, $46 million guaranteed. That's a lot of money for guards. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for one player. The man. It's a good thing the NFL has salary caps, and it's hopefully the MLB, after pretty much probably canceling the entire next season for a strike, comes out of it with some salary caps.
Sam and I were talking, and I don't know if he ever used it on the show or not, but we were talking about the NFL salary cap. And we were wondering, has the salary cap gone down at all since it came? And
I imagine it's only gone up, if anything.
And I'll read you what it said because I'm pretty sure I still have it on my phone. Let me see if I can pull this up here, because it was talking about it has never gone down except for 1 year, and that was COVID year, I believe. Salary cap.
So that was just people being greedy. Like, why would we keep paying them this exorbitant amount of money if we're going to play all these COVID games and not make any money off of them?
Well, they didn't allow fans in, so they didn't have the revenue from the fans and the concessions. Yeah.
Yep.
So here you go. The salary cap came around in 1994.
Wow.
So in 1994,
I'm the same age as the salary cap.
the first year of the salary cap was $34.6 million. We'll go 10 years later to 2004. It was $80.6 million. Let's go to 2014, $133 million. So in 20 years, it went from $34 million to $133 million.
Oh my God.
And then we'll just jump to 2026, $301 million for the salary cap this year.
So it doubled what it ultimately ended up being in the next 5 years.
And what's crazy is the increments throughout the years was like 3 million, 4 million, 3 million, 7 million. 1 year it was 16 million. And then in 2010, it was the final year of the previous collective bargaining agreement. In 2021, they had the new CBA after the lockout. And the salary cap was almost exactly as it was before. And then you get like a little bit here. It went up 2.4 million. And then from 2013 to 2024, it stopped going up, couple here and there. It jumps $10 million and then continues to jump to $10 and $15 million until COVID. And that's when it kind of dips down.
And then I imagine
they make up for it.
Yeah, because not too long after COVID and that dip is when they legalized gambling.
Yeah.
And all these NFL teams got all that gambling money influxed in.
You're going to see it represented here in a minute.
I was going to say, I know exactly what year it's about to jump.
So 2022, it went up, and this was the year after COVID. So they had to make up for their loss. It went up 25 million. Okay.
Yep.
2023, it went up 16 million. And then this is where you can see the gambling money coming in. 2024, the salary cap jumped $30 million.
That's pretty low. I thought it was going to be like way more.
And then we had a $23 million and then a $22 million increase. So the salary cap is just, is it going to hit a ceiling? Will it ever hit a ceiling? I don't know, but it needs to do something because these guys are getting paid ridiculous amounts of money.
I don't know, man. They keep, the NFL just keeps expanding, keeps adding more games and more countries. And it's just so they can keep making more money so they can spend more money on more players. And
it's going to get to a point where it's oversaturated though.
Yeah.
And it'll start to push people away.
Yep.
It will happen.
It already is, honestly. A lot of the NFL is just so. Sam is one of the people who's kind of just like,
they're trying to go too
tired
big,
of it.
too fast.
Mm-hmm.
With the preseason coming up, obviously the Browns are playing both of their starting quarterbacks. They're going to see reps with the first team, first series, second series. But what are your thoughts on starting quarterbacks who are going to see a lot of preseason time early on? Normally, you don't see your starters until week 3 is usually your starter tune-up game. That's when you see all the starters play at least a half. And then week 4 is when you're trying to evaluate guys to determine whether or not you're going to cut them. But a lot of coaches this year, including Zach Taylor in Cincinnati, they're going to be playing these guys early on in preseason, limited snaps, but they're going to be seeing action in week 1 and week 2 just to try to get the rust out. Because it's totally different going up against your team and then going up against somebody else. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. Boy, could you imagine though if Zach Taylor puts him out there and Joe Burrow ends up getting hurt for the season? Could you imagine the backlash? And I don't know how I feel about preseason either. That's a whole nother topic. Maybe we'll get to on Thursday, the options for preseason. I understand why they do it. It just feels like it feels like the teams that don't play their starters in the preseason always are rusty and sloppy and struggle when the regular season starts. So there has to be some type of mixture where, you know, you can still get these guys live action. Maybe if they do a preseason game where you can't hit the court. I don't know. I don't want to do that either because then that takes away from the game. But that'll be another topic. But how do you feel about starting quarterbacks starting in preseason games?
I mean, they should. I don't see why not. I mean, it's a game. There's no real difference between a preseason game and a regular season game apart from people not playing their starters because it's a preseason game, right?
Playoffs. I mean, if you're not there to play in the regular season game, then, you know, it hurts your chances of the playoffs because if you get hurt, then you're done for the year. Or
yeah, I mean, that's the same risk that you take playing a regular season game.
Yeah, but the regular season games matter. The preseason games,
that's true. They don't count for points.
Yeah, they don't matter for anything. It's just a way to get your guys going. Now, if you feel you can get your guy going in preseason, just in the inter squad practices and at camp, then cool. But I don't know.
I don't know. That is a tough one, but it's the NFL. Injuries are a risk when you go out on the field, and you got to break that rust off. And when you're out there to de-rust, it's the chances of getting hurt is the same as they are any other time.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I
mean, that's a rock and a hard place. I would, if I was an NFL coach, I would put my starters in preseason games. Probably they need to get that rust off. And, you know, that's a high risk, high reward situation.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously try to play them with just my starters for a short period of time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be every game, but there would be one game where I'm running my starters.
I would probably do like week 2. I know a lot of people do week 3. I would probably do week 2.
How many preseason weeks are there?
4, except for the 2 teams that played the Hall of Fame game. They usually have 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they have that extra.
Yeah, that extra game.
Week.
Which is kind of a disservice to them too.
Yeah, that's a bit of a. Yeah, that's definitely not a blessing and a curse. That's more of a curse.
I think if you play in the Hall of Fame game, they should count that as one of your preseason games. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to play an extra game.
Yeah, you shouldn't be penalized.
That puts those 2 teams at a disadvantage.
But again, what's the league all about?
Money.
Yes, yeah. And by them playing a preseason game at a neutral site, the team who would eventually host would not get that money. Like whoever the home team is doesn't get the revenue money. So they want their revenue money. They want their 2 preseason games.
Yeah, exactly. So then, you know, what point is it like, well, if we don't play somebody, we're not going to get paid. And the most important thing here is getting paid. So play whoever, who cares if we win, we get paid.
We get paid at the end of the day, but winning gets you paid more. And that's why.
Yeah. Well, you know.
And
getting paid is better than not getting paid.
There are some people who are completely okay with just getting paid and not getting the W with it. So, hey.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, that's their problem. That's the mistake by the lake. All right, we're up against the clock. Coming up, actually, right after the news and weather, we've got Todd Monken's presser from earlier today before practice. Obviously, it was some juicy stuff going on at practice today, but you'll get to hear him talk about where he's at and what he saw on Monday with the quarterbacks. So that's coming up right here on the Sam Bourquin Show. It's Keller and Rainsburg on AM 1310 WDPN.
News, weather, sports, local information, and music 24 hours a day. This is AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump says he spoke to U.S. Marine and veteran Robert Gilman after his release from a Russian prison. He was held for 4 years and there are reports of abuse. He's on a flight to a U.S. military hospital in Texas for medical evaluation. ABC's Patrick Reevil has more.
Gilman was imprisoned while he was visiting Russia after he was accused of kicking a police officer, and his family and the U.S. government say those charges were essentially trumped up. Of course, we've seen this before in Russia, where the Kremlin takes Americans essentially hostages, including famously Brittany Griner, Evan Gershkovich, and the other former Marine Trevor Reed. Now, President Trump has posted saying that Russia agreed to release Gilman on humanitarian grounds.
In Western Colombia, a scramble to find survivors following yesterday's powerful earthquake. More than 200 people are dead, hundreds of others listed as missing. On Wall Street today, stocks ending lower due to uncertainty that continues over the war with Iran. This is ABC News.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health, but then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third parties, not available in all states or situations.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. Canton police say one of 3 suspects in a double homicide has been arrested. 43-year-old Eric Lamar of Alliance turned himself in to police and U.S. Marshals this afternoon. He and 41-year-old Melissa Terrell of Canton were wanted on aggravated arson, evidence tampering, and obstructing justice charges. 42-year-old Katina Spells of Canton and 31-year-old Courtney Yeager of Massillon were found inside a burning apartment on Allen Page Drive Southeast Sunday morning. Police say both women had been shot. 46-year-old Darrell Washington of Canton is wanted for aggravated murder and aggravated arson. Storms have already caused scattered power outages across parts of northeast Ohio, and more rain is on the way. Flood watches remain in effect through Wednesday morning for Stark, Carroll, Columbiana, Summit, and Tuscarawas counties. The National Weather Service says another 1 to 2 inches of rain is possible through tonight, with isolated areas picking up more. Repeated storms could cause flash flooding of creeks, streams, and low-lying areas. Drivers in Mahoning and Columbiana counties being urged to find alternate routes due to flooding. Route 45 closed in both directions in Goshen Township, just south of Western Reserve Road. In Columbiana County, Route 30 is closed between Hanoverton and Kensington. High waters also closed parts of State Routes 9, 172, and 558. Felony reckless homicide case against 2 former Canton police officers is over after they pleaded guilty to lesser misdemeanor charges. Bo Shanegi pleaded guilty Monday in common pleas court to dereliction of duty, while Camden Birch pleaded guilty to failure to report a crime. Pleas came as jury selection was beginning in their trial over the 2024 death of Frank Tyson. Sentencing will take place after pre-sentencing investigations. Both officers must immediately resign from the Canton Police Department. They were originally indicted on reckless homicide charges. A Stark County grand jury has indicted a Canton woman on a charge of voluntary manslaughter in a June 14th shooting death. 38-year-old Leanne Haynes accused of killing 43-year-old Ronnie Brown at the Hillview Apartments on 6th Street Northeast. Police say Brown was shot in a rear parking lot. The indictment says Haynes acted in a sudden fit of rage following a serious provocation by Brown. A firearm specification is attached. Haynes remains jailed on a $1.5 million bond. Historic stained glass windows were damaged at a Canton church June 5th. The man responsible will now pay $14,000 in restitution. 30-year-old Michael Hrinda of Canton pleaded guilty Wednesday to desecration in common pleas court. Prosecutors say Hrinda threw landscaping lights through 5 windows at the Basilica of St. John the Baptist. 3 of the windows were about 120 years old. The windows were valued at about $4.8 million. Hrinda was sentenced to 3 years of probation and substance abuse treatment. Alliance City Council has a new president, Julie Jackmedes, sworn into the position Monday. Jackmedes was selected by the Stark County Republican Central Committee to fill the unexpired term of Art Garnes, who resigned for health reasons. The only other applicant was attorney Sean Robertson. He and Jackmedes made 5-minute presentations before the vote by 15 precinct representatives. Jackmedes was sworn in by Municipal Court Judge Andy Zumbar. She previously served 4 terms as an at-large council member and resigned in 2018. Canton Township homeowners will not have to annex into Canton just to receive or keep city water under a new 25-year agreement. Canton City Council unanimously approved the deal with Canton Township Monday. The agreement divides responsibilities for police, fire, roads, and EMS. It also calls for sharing some tax revenue from newly annexed commercial properties and hotels. Canton City Schools might have to ask voters for more money as the district faces a projected $25 million deficit 4 years from now. The school board Monday approved a 4-year forecast showing an $11 million shortfall in 2029. Treasurer Jeff Gruber says the district has lost nearly $10 million a year in state operating funds. He adds another state corrective action plan is likely if the deficit continues. The district has cut more than 100 positions, closed schools, and reduced other costs. Lourdes University filed a voluntary Chapter 11 bankruptcy petition Monday, a move the board said is intended to support an orderly wind down of operations and the fair settlement of remaining financial obligations. The spokesperson said the filing should not affect the employment of any remaining staff. Students completed their final courses Friday, and the university said the filing will not affect their ability to receive a Lourdes degree. The board voted unanimously to authorize the filing. The university will submit a plan of liquidation to the bankruptcy court. The school in Sylvania near Toledo announced in February it planned to shut down after this academic year, citing financial issues and declining enrollment. 76 degrees at 5:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
This weather is brought to you by Grove Appliance Furniture and Mattress. Local, trusted, and family-owned for 90 years. With a huge selection of appliances, furniture, and mattresses to go with unmatched customer service. Widely scattered thunderstorms arriving by late afternoon or evening again. Otherwise, a warm and muggy 82 degrees. Overnight, more scattered showers and storms. Our low 64. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Rediscover the comfort of home with Grove Appliance Furniture and Mattress, your hometown spot for comfort, quality, and style. From sleek new appliances that make life easier to furniture that actually fits the way you live, Grove helps you create a space that feels like home. And with hundreds of fabric options, you can make it completely your own. Don't forget about their design center. If you're looking for a complete overhaul, they can help you with all of it, from cabinets and countertops to backsplashes and sleek appliances. Your local team takes time to find out exactly what you need. No pressure, no guessing, just honest advice and real service. And if you're upgrading on a budget, check out Grove's Scratch and Dent Room, where small imperfections mean big savings on top brands. Because when your home feels right, everything else just works. Grove Appliance Furniture and Mattress. Hometown comfort. Made simple.
Come see us at Grove, where it always feels like home.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
1-2. Muncie with the right. It's a fair ball down the line. Edmond is in. Rojas 2. Tucker's got a green light. He's safe. Max Muncie unloads the bases and gives the Dodgers the lead.
And Seager with a high fly ball to right. Meckler moves back for it. He's out near the wall, and it is caught! Meckler got it! The Mech strikes again!
And 2 out. And he flies one to deep right center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track, looking up, and it's out of here! Brett Badia with a grand slam! Ronnie's pick to click, and he clicks for 4 runs!
And welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. It's Keller filling in for Sammy B. And Todd Monken today had a press conference before the Browns went out to practice. and we have that presser. We're going to play it for you, let you listen to Todd Monken, and then when we come back, it'll be right around the time for This Day in Sports History. I got some good ones lined up. So here is Todd Monken. This is from ClevelandBrowns.com before today's practice.
Yeah, not good. We got hijacked. I mean, we did such a good job on Saturday, cadence-wise, and then at the end in 2 minutes, just couldn't get out of our own way.
When that happens, how do you work through it with the players, either at the time or in the meetings later?
Well, I did a poor job of working through it. Tried to continue with cadence just to, force them in the moment to overcome a little bit of a setback in the drive, but we're certainly not there yet.
Sometimes there's days like that after a day off. Did you learn something about your team?
Well, that part of it really, I was jacked about the way our team practiced, coming off of 6 days, 1 day off, and how they attacked it yesterday. I mean, you couldn't have asked for better energy, attitude, body language. It just wasn't good at the end for one side, the way it ended. But up until that point, I thought our guys practiced their rear ends off, and I thought it was outstanding for having a day off the day before.
Todd, you mentioned last week that once you get into preseason games, obviously adds the layer where the quarterbacks can get hit. What extra layer of evaluation does that give you when they're live?
Well, it does. I mean, in terms of getting the ball out, got to learn to get the ball out. Got to learn how to slide, right? Not going to be able to just run around. I do want playmaking ability, so there is a balance there between playmaking ability and taking some sacks. You're going to have to live with that to an extent. The other part is stacking plays where it matters, because they got the scoreboard on in terms of points you put on the board. In terms of the flow of the game, that's a big part of it. We're going to be on the road. The ebbs and flows of positive plays and negative plays, overcoming that. I think there's a part of their quarterback's body language, how they are around the team. Do I sense, hey, that's over, I've moved on to the next play? So there's a number of things you get to evaluate once you get to the closest we have in terms of games, which is preseason.
Are you ready to say who might start at quarterback?
Not yet. We're hopeful to get him back soon. I mean, you'd have to talk to medical people about that, but we're hopeful to get Mike back soon. He got off such a great start. He's such an explosive player. We're hopeful to get him back soon.
Todd, how difficult has it been for you to evaluate the offensive line when you've had guys in and out because of injury?
Well, that's part of it. I mean, it's everybody goes through it. Every team goes through nagging injuries where guys are in and out of the lineup each day. So, I mean, you can still evaluate the guys that are in there. I think it's harder to build a cohesive group. It's not as hard to evaluate. You can evaluate guys individually, but cohesively, it's a lot better. And yesterday, we were the closest to having that, and I expect that today as well.
With Spencer essentially kind of getting promoted to the first team, I mean, on the offensive line, is it really just right guard? I mean, Hilton is taking off first team snaps, so right guard.
Ultimately, that's it. I mean, we're still in that process of it. I think Tevin has the advantage there from experience. He's played before. He's played right guard. So he has the advantage, but we're still, in every position, we're still competing. But as of now, I'd say up front, that's it.
I was asking Travis about Carson Ryan at fullback. Can you utilize your fullback package with him as much as the other guy, Burton?
It's a work in progress. I think he is learning how to keep his pad level down, keep his legs driving on contact. This isn't an easy training ground for that when you're going against some really good ends, but that's part of the process. And I've said that before, especially with tight ends and fullbacks and the O-line, I guess, but those guys, especially the advantage in college is you get to hit in the spring. So we really don't get a hit in the spring. You really don't know. You can gauge footwork, landmarks, hand placement, but you can't evaluate strike. So right now we're working on placement and strike and finish.
So if we get the depth chart today, the unofficial depth chart, should we not necessarily assume that whoever is in one spot at quarterback is going to start on Saturday, or will they?
Well, unless Peter screwed it up, it should say or. So unless Peter didn't, Somehow there was a typo. It should say or.
How much does the rotating quarterbacks play into the cadences and some of the pre-snaps and procedures?
Some of that does. Oh, yeah, exactly right. It's the same when you're under center, taking a snap, whether it's Dylan, Talon, any of the other quarterbacks, a little bit different. The cadence is a little bit different. You're exactly right, working through that. But also at this point, after spring and whatever we are, 3 weeks-ish into it, that's a little bit of an excuse. I mean, that's really, it's going to be a part of it, but hell, we're playing a game this week. I mean, shit, you're going to be with a different quarterback. You're going to be with a different center. I mean, that's our job, is to make sure it's not an issue.
How do you prepare just with the game? You know, there's so many variables that just come into play that you can't control the uncontrollables. Is there any way to simulate those ahead of time, or is this something? Is this really the real beauty of these three opportunities? Is that you can't? It's all completely unscripted.
You try as much as you can. I mean, we have move the ball periods, which simulates having to call it. I mean, everything we do should eventually simulate like what you're going to get in the game. From our drill work, if our drill work doesn't show up on the field, then we're doing the wrong drills. I mean, I heard that one all the way back when I was a kid on the practice field with my dad. If we're doing drills that don't show up on the practice field, so you take meetings to the individual to group to team to the preseason to the games. That's the closest you're going to get. And then ultimately the gauge is being able to move the ball. And again, that you're keeping score. We're not out here keeping score. We're just installing, trying to evaluate, and then we'll get a chance, like I said, when we move the ball a little bit, and then we get a chance to play in the preseason, being able to stack plays offensively and defensively.
How do you prepare for stuff that might come up in your first game as an NFL head coach? I mean, the challenge flag comes to mind, but are there other things that you're going to have to go, okay, this is my first time doing this?
Well, when we were at the owners meeting, I met with a couple head coaches that for the first time did it last year and talked to them a little bit about the off season to start, then the season, then being on the sidelines. When the officials came in the spring to visit, I met with them for an hour of what they saw from first-time head coaches and the mistakes they make. So all you can do is prepare as best you can with those that have been through it, like we all do. And from an official standpoint, how they view it and how they see it. And then you go from there. And that's the cool thing about this. This isn't just for the players. This is for the coaches as well. This is for myself. This is with Rudy, right? This is for Byron. We're all going through it for the first time. And I can't wait. It's going to be really cool.
Were you always in the
Well, unfortunately, we send them back with their head coach being emotionally hijacked, which isn't a good thing. Okay, so, and I told them that this morning that can't happen. I should have just gone to a different cadence. Let's let us play out the drill. I was obviously frustrated. So, again, we're never too old to learn, right? Keep processing, getting better. And so that's one thing we sent them home with.
Were you always in the press box, coach's box as an offensive coordinator, or you stopped?
I have been. The last time I've called it on the field would be at Southern Miss.
So will it be any different from you?
Oh, hell yeah, it's going to be different. I mean, it's different because you can't spread everything out, right? You have emotion around you. You have noise, right? You have the immediate sideline that you have to deal with. You can connect with the quarterback. There's some positives and some negatives to both of that. It's different. Sure it is. But it's football. I mean, I call it out there, right? I call it at Southern Miss. I mean, just pick one and let it rip, right? That's what you got to do, right? It's what you prepare for. That's what you lean on the staff for. I mean, pick one and let's go.
Let's go two more.
That the Bears are going to start their starters for a series of whatever you're planning on doing? Are you guys trying to match it up a little bit?
I have no idea what they're doing. We'll see when we get there. I mean, we're going to do what we do. Some of that will play off what they do, a little bit offensively. We certainly want to be able to evaluate our quarterbacks, so we certainly can't put them at risk if they have their one defensive line out there, right? I mean, that's probably the biggest item on the table will be how long our starters up front will play will be determined by how long their starters up front play.
Todd, kind of going back to, you mentioned Southern Miss, that obviously different level, different, it's been a few years ago, but how much can you draw from that past head coaching experience for you? How much have you drawn from that as you've, gone through it now for the first time at this level?
There is some of that, but that was a while ago. I probably am able to draw off the last 6 years more than I can all the way back then, being an assistant coach for Kirby Smart and for John Harbaugh. I think you're going to draw from that. What's most recent? There are certain things back when I was at Southern Miss as the head coach that you do draw from, but I would probably say just over the last 6 years, getting a doctorate in coaching by being super fortunate to be around those guys and how they handled everything from the off season to training camp to game day. And so very fortunate to get the head coaching job now compared to before then. I will just say that. What was that? Was an explosive player. Some of it ended up by scheme. We're on some trap schemes that he was able to blow up and get in the backfield. Some that were really good play calls. And that's a good sign for us defensively that he's able to do that. He's been doing it really all camp. It just showed up yesterday a little more often.
How do you design a play that confuses a defense but doesn't confuse your guys?
There's a lot to that. I think as Harbs used to say it, elegant simplicity. How do you build a system that for yourself, your guys are able to play fast without being so simple to where it's you create tendencies. But I would say this, that if you're really, really good, you're going to have tendencies. Your tendencies are to do what you do well and get the ball to the players that are explosive players that allow you to put points on the board. So with that being said, you've got to have your core system that you rely on, and then how you build it each week per opponent is where we've got to and have been, tried to drill down again to make sure that our guys are on the same page.
You promoted the 2 rookies yesterday. You obviously informed them before you informed them. How big a deal do you make that? Do you say it in front of the team, or you just slip them in there?
I don't have to say it. It's pretty obvious. I mean, what I see is what everybody's going to see, right? Guys are making plays. It's real simple. Make a bunch of plays, you move up the depth chart. Don't make a bunch of plays, you move down the depth chart.
But you don't announce it to the team in the meeting?
No, I don't. I mean, I guess I could. They noticed it when they lined up. Okay, that's who's there. I mean, and it's basically for them to know, like, all right, who's there? Well, pretty easy. If we can't tell, then we won't do it. If we can tell, and who knows, after this weekend, we might switch it. I mean, that's where we're at now, and those are the guys that have done it every day, and that's where we'll go from there.
When you talk about getting hijacked and showing, is that something that you feel the need the next day to say something to the players about that, or do you just
I said it to the offense. I said it to those guys. I told them that in that moment, what I should have done and what I didn't do. And that, as I've said to them and us, I mean, we're human. I got fired up. I was pissed. And that was awful. That was shitty football. And that is going to get me fired up. And I have to own some of that. Obviously, we haven't coached it well enough. There were other aspects about the 2-minute that got me fired up that obviously was a reflection of coaching. I mean, those things, we're getting plenty of effort. You guys are fighting their rear ends off. We're tough. So we got that. Okay, well, how are we going to do the little things well? And that's coaching. That's me, and that's our staff.
Last one, Daniel.
I swore, second I said 2.
I tried.
And we're at like 7. I think those guys can be, like your tight ends, can be matchup guys if they've got the right skill set. And so I think Dylan's on his way to that. that play that happened yesterday happened organically on a scramble. He did a great job of turning up the sidelines. And that's where you saw Shador's elite playmaking ability. And that's the one thing that between him and also Deshaun, when you've got guys, and Dylan, same way, Talon, when you've got guys that are two-play quarterbacks, you're going to have to live with a little bit of lost yardage plays. I mean, that's part of it. You can go back to Ben Roethlisberger, and he would lead the league in sacks, and the son of a gun would lead the league in scrambles and jacking that thing down the field about 60 yards and making explosive plays. So there's going to be a little bit of that you have to live with. You got to shrink that. But what you saw was an elite play by two playmakers. It's fun to watch. And the defense allowed us to let it play on. I mean, that's what they're doing a great job of, is let it play on. Let us evaluate the back end and our ability to make plays when a play breaks down.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is.
And that was head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Todd Monken, on his press conference today. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we're going to have This Day in Sports History. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com. High school football returns to WDPN Friday night, August 21st. This is Christian Bigglesworth. My partner Derek Dimmitt and I will be calling the action all season long. And the games will also be streaming live on AM 1310's Facebook and X pages, as well as the Q92 YouTube channel. Get ready for another amazing season of high school football, starting August 21st, right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
All right, on this day in sports history, August 11th, 1919, the Green Bay Packers was founded by Curly Lambeau and George Calhoun. They started the team in an editorial room of the old Green Bay Press-Gazette with backing from the Indian Packing Company, the Green Bay Packers. On this day in 1929, Babe Ruth becomes the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 500 career home runs. And you want to guess who it was against? The Cleveland Indians.
Oh, good. I thought you were asking me. I panicked.
No, let's see. 1951, the first color telecast of an MLB game aired on WCBS TV in New York. The Brooklyn Dodgers defeat the Boston Braves 8-1. Let's see. In 1980, New York Yankees slugger Reggie Jackson hit his 400th career home run. And we've got 1993, Boston Red Sox ace Roger Clemens recorded his 2000th career strikeout.
Fastball up around the letters.
Swung on and missed. 1 out and career strikeout number 2000 for Roger Clemens.
In 2015, and this is interesting because every single Major League team plays today. In 2015, for the first time in Major League Baseball history, all 15 home teams won their game on the same day. We could get that again today. That'd be pretty impressive. Carl Lewis won his 4th gold medal at the LA Olympics, anchoring the U.S. 4x100 meter relay team to a world record time of 37.83, matching Jesse Owens' historic 1936 4-event sweep. And then in 2016, Michael Phelps won his 4th consecutive gold medal in the 200 individual medley.
There's the lineup, contesting the gold, silver, bronze, and lesser placings, the top 8 in the world at the moment, the 200 individual medley. Lochte has 11 Olympic medals, which is fairly impressive. This man, 25, 21
He is
gold medals.
the first swimmer in Olympic history to win 4 straight golds in a single individual event. And then Simone Biles scored a victory in Rio de Janeiro, winning the Olympic women's gymnastics all-around title.
I ruined that one, everybody. That's my fault. I was supposed to forward that clip ahead, and I did not.
It's no big deal. We're going to take a break. We've got news and weather. We'll come back and wrap up the show. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. President Trump said Monday would demand Iran pay compensation to the United States for people the regime has killed, responding to Tehran having sought compensation for damages incurred from U.S. and Israeli attacks. The president, writing on Truth Social, compensation to Iran was never mentioned in any of our negotiations or meeting, but it's an interesting idea because I'm now likewise demanding compensation from Iran for all the people they have killed and wounded with their roadside bombs in many conflicts. That includes troops who were killed in the USS Cole and thousands of others killed in combat. Iran said over the weekend it was nearing a deal with Oman in defining new shipping lanes in the Strait of Hormuz. The Washington Post reports President Trump flew out of last month's NATO summit in Turkey on an alternate military aircraft due to an Iranian assassination threat. The operation involved a ruse where journalists and some White House staff believed they were on the same plane as the president. After boarding Air Force One, he was transferred to a smaller Air Force C-32A via an airport catering truck. The White House did not directly address the report, but issued a statement highlighting it uses every tool at its disposal to address threats on the president. The president will unveil the FBI's 2025 crime statistics report Friday, which documents the largest year-to-year drop in violent crime on record. President traveling to the Nassau County Police Academy alongside newly sworn-in Attorney General Todd Blanche and FBI Director Kash Patel. The president will hold a press conference to release the report, which has not yet been made public. It will say murder and non-negligent manslaughter decreased an estimated 18% from 2024 to 25 across the country. Rape decreased an estimated 7.5%, robbery 18.5%, and aggravated assault estimated 7%. Burglary also decreased nearly 16%, larceny theft nearly 10%, and motor vehicle theft nearly 23%. The Interior Department has agreed to pay a U.S. subsidiary of a German company $1.2 billion to cancel 3 offshore wind leases. RWE U.S. Offshore reached a settlement agreement to relinquish its wind leases off the coasts of California, Louisiana, and New York, while also resolving all claims against the government. According to the company, it had already invested more than $1 billion toward the leases and related development. The company plans to use proceeds from the settlement to fund construction of an LNG terminal in Louisiana. The company aims to invest $900 million to secure a 16% stake in the project and aims to invest about $20 billion over the next 6 years in the U.S. to increase its power generation capacity. Jury selection began Monday for the man charged with killing rapper Tupac Shakur. Dwayne Davis stands accused of first-degree murder in one of hip-hop's most famous killings. Davis once led the Southside Compton Crips, a rival to the Bloods-affiliated gang associated with Shakur's record label. On September 7, 1996, Shakur and others were seen assaulting Davis' nephew after a Mike Tyson fight. Later that night, Shakur was in a car driven by his label's co-founder when he was fatally shot from another vehicle. Prosecutors allege Davis directed the killing but did not pull the trigger. Davis acknowledged his involvement in a 2018 interview and 2019 memoir, but pleads not guilty and characterizes the memoir as fiction. 76 degrees at 5:33. For WDPN News, I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
82 warm and muggy degrees for your Tuesday high today. Keep an eye to the sky for more thunderstorms by late afternoon or evening. Overnight tonight, more showers and storms likely. Our low 64. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Ooh, a little Smash Mouth closing things out on the last segment of the Sam Bourquin Show.
Well,
almost.
Our mouths are about to get smashed.
Why?
I don't know. We're just going to start rambling about stuff. So anything could happen.
I'm about to start rambling about this microphone arm again. I have tried everything in my power to get it to stay. I don't know how Sam does it. Like every time I turn it on,
I don't
he
know.
doesn't touch it.
It's rock steady. I don't know what he does to it. It's got to be some sort of magic spell.
He's got, he's got the touch. I don't have the touch.
Oh, you said that too late. Now we have to take a break so I can come back on that song. Got the power.
Got the power.
Yeah. That'll be a jam.
So
who's that song by?
I got the power.
No, that's a different song.
Oh, we're going.
You got the touch. That's what I was talking about.
Ugh.
Yeah, you got the power. The hell's that song by?
I don't know. Mark would know. Rex would know.
Right, Mark.
Where's Mark? Where's Mark O'Brien when you need him?
Yeah, where's he been all week?
He's been here.
Yeah, I just need to come in earlier.
Yeah, he's been here. Normally he like leaves and comes back, but I
know.
haven't seen him come back.
I know he's supposed to come back so that I can talk to him about this week's episode of Rick and Morty. It's getting on my nerves. It's now Tuesday. The episode aired on Monday, and he still hasn't told me that it's hilarious.
You have to come in earlier.
I'm not codependent.
No,
not at all. I'm like a dog. I have a dog brain.
Squirrel.
No, it's like, oh God, I haven't seen that guy for 2 days. It's probably dead. Nothing I could have done.
Let's hope not. ESPN Adam Schefter's reporting that the NFL is reviewing cases that could sideline LA Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua and Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs before the 2026 season. Nacua, obviously, he's facing scrutiny over allegations of biting a woman and anti-Semitic remarks with a potential suspension that might bench him for the Rams Week 1 game against the 49ers in Melbourne on September 11th. Jacob, I don't even know if he's been charged yet. I don't think he's been charged. He's been dealing with an ongoing review from an earlier arrest where he was arrested but wasn't charged. And then he's got a groin injury. I guess there's a couple other players. Falcons James Pierce Jr. and Alaric. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right. Jackson from the Rams are also under the microscope. The league's personal conduct policy lets it act regardless of criminal charges, leaving teams and fans waiting. So even though he wasn't formally charged, I think they can get him with some actions detrimental to the league. I'm pretty sure that they can use that to suspend him, which is
so even if he did nothing wrong, because he was portrayed in a negative light in the media, they can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So guilty until proven innocent nowadays, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much.
Look, I'm not out here to defend criminals or whatever,
especially
but
on social media, though.
It's like that is actually the problem nowadays. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah.
Until a jury of your peers decides that you did a thing, there's no proof of that.
Yeah. Well, social media is a completely different beast. And those
the court
rules,
of opinions.
Those rules do not apply.
No, yeah.
Bear safety Kobe Bryant faces 4 to 6 month knee recovery after surgery, so that's always fun. Columbus is trending. Why is Columbus trending on X?
What'd we do?
Wind flips over a car on I-71. Oh my gosh!
That's in Columbus.
Yeah.
It's not even that windy today. Up here?
They had, I was watching our good friend Mark Johnson last night, probably right around midnight. And he was talking about the heavy winds that were about to hit Columbus. So I'm assuming that was from last night. But yeah, just the rain has been incredible. It rained like nuts this morning. It was so nice. I love those early morning thunderstorms. Those are like the best, but
yeah,
they're only the best when you don't have to go to work.
Yeah,
because I did not want to get up at all this morning and get going. I didn't want it to happen.
No, Scooter, what's up, Scooter? He's checking in. Says, speaking of golf, lol, is my only good golf joke. If you can repeat it, Which Scooter, don't worry, I got you. Said, I played 18 yesterday, and I only hit 2 good balls all day. Stepped on a rake. That's what we call rake stepping.
I love that. That's a good one. I worked at a golf course for a while. I love golf. I haven't been able to play it as much. There was a time where that's probably the one thing that if I had more time that I would like to do more. There was one time when, I was golfing 2 or 3 times a week, but like I said, I worked at a golf course, so that made it a little easier.
Yeah, you probably got a discount.
We were allowed to play for free on Mondays.
Okay.
As long as there wasn't like an outing going on.
Yeah.
Because
as long as you're not taking it from paying customers.
Well, Mondays was the day that the course was supposed to be closed to members and everything. And we were able to go out and mow fairways and do stuff so that we can get our job done quicker, more efficient, not be in the golfer's way. Sometimes, though, they scheduled outings on Monday, which was awful because you'd be mowing fairways. You'd get like 4 passes done, and then you'd have to park on the side and wait for the next group to come hit through. Good times.
Hey, you know what? If they're swinging, I'm mowing, they start hitting balls, they start hitting balls.
Oh, no, you can't. Because they're the paying paying guest. We were going to talk about the Browns schedule, and I was going to give you my wins and losses on the Cleveland Browns regular season schedule. So I'm going to use my tablet here. So let's see. We got the Jags, Bucks, Panthers, Steelers, Jets, Ravens, Titans, Steelers, Saints, Texans. All right. I'm just going to go. I'm not even going to look. I'm going to go. You want to keep track for me of what I say? Or we can just keep track of who I think they're going to beat.
Okay. Got it.
I'm going to say the Browns open the season with a dub against Jacksonville.
Okay.
They're going to lose against Tampa. They're going to beat Carolina. So that's 2. Lose Pittsburgh. Beat the Jets. That's 3. I can see him beating the Texans. That's 4. I don't think they'll beat the Raiders.
No.
Bengals, no. Falcons, no. Giants, no. Ravens, no. I'll give them another win. Boy, but then I'm front loading this schedule.
I think one of those games they either beat the Bengals or the Steelers. Because Sam is always preaching that the Browns every year always win one game that they have no business winning. I'm pretty sure I would call one of those Steelers games or one of those Bengals games as one of their wins.
I'm going to say that
because it makes no sense.
I'm going to say they'll beat Baltimore December 27th at Baltimore. That'll be the 5th win.
Okay. Yeah, I think they'll probably win 5, even though they should win like 3.
I lied. I'm gonna throw a 6th win in there. I say they beat Jacksonville, lose to Tampa, beat Carolina and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they always have one game where they just beat Pittsburgh for no apparent reason.
They'll beat them on the primetime game.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they'll beat them at that 8:20 game.
Mm-hmm.
That is that the Sunday night?
No, but that makes sense. The primetime game,
yeah,
that would be
Sunday night.
Yeah, it'll be a game where they have no business winning.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be an Amazon Prime game on like a Thursday. There's Thursday one where they play the Steelers.
Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah, October 1st, Thursday. Yeah. 8:20 p.m. Prime. Oh, I see. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Oh, we're both idiots.
It says it right there.
It says Prime. Jesus.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll say they open up with a win.
I put the graphic up, and neither of us actually looked at it.
I was looking at the teams though, and the part on the right. So I say they beat Jacksonville, and then Baker shows them what's up. And then they beat Carolina, they beat Pittsburgh, they beat the Jets. And then they lose to Baltimore. I'll say they beat Tennessee. They lose to Pittsburgh, lose to New Orleans, lose to the Texans, you lose to the Raiders, lose to the Bengals, lose to the Falcons, lose to the Giants, beat Baltimore, lose to the Colts, lose to the Bengals. They're gonna go on like an 8-game losing streak, according to me.
Well, they always do, so it's just whether or not that'll be front loaded or back loaded.
Scooter's got another one in here. He says, one more. I went to a pro a few years ago to get some advice. He told me to hit a few balls. I asked him what his advice. He said, sell your clubs. He's not a good pro then.
No.
He's telling you to sell your clubs. So yeah, I think the Brownies take. I think they get 6.
How many do you think they should win?
Oh, that's a different question.
It is, because that was one of our poll questions a week or two ago, I believe, and because it was something along the lines like, do you think the Browns should tank this year? But how many do you think they should win? Considering what the rebuild means and where they should be ending up.
I'm going to say should win. 2.
Right?
2 maybe. They should beat the Jets in I don't even know. Jets.
I think they'd be insane to win more than 3. They'll probably win 5.
Jets and Panthers, they should win.
But yeah, they need to win like 3 and keep as many draft potentials as they can.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're in a rebuild, why wouldn't you?
If this is the
you're good, they've been calling it a rebuild.
This is the year to do it.
Yeah, you're calling it a rebuild. Everybody knows it's a rebuild year. Rebuild.
Yeah, this is the year.
Do the things you should do to actually rebuild the team.
I mean, maybe that's why they brought Monken in. Maybe that's the plan.
Yeah, maybe they actually expect Monken to fail.
That could be. I always said he's a bridge coach.
Oh, for sure.
He's
Yeah,
not
Monken's not our Super Bowl coach.
He's not here for a long time. I heard a rumor, and it's just a rumor. It's that, you get those things that pop up on social media where it's like, hey, this. What if this happened?
I know. So my phone realized I do a sports show, so it's always sending me that stuff now.
There was this thing I read that talked about how Jim Harbaugh, it's his last year of a contract out in L.A., and that they brought in Todd Monken just to bridge the gap so that Jim Harbaugh ends up the Cleveland Browns head coach next year. Or at least by 2029 when they open the new stadium.
Yep.
That Jim Harbaugh is going to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I'm Sam's got me in this whole truth is out there conspiracy theory brain thing with the NFL. So I'm pretty confident that no matter how they finagle their way into it, when the year that the Browns are playing in their new stadium, they'll at least be in the Super Bowl so that they can have their Super Bowl at the Browns stadium in their brand new big fancy stadium for everybody to see. So I'm pretty sure over the next 2 or 3 years, the Browns are going to make good decisions and everybody's going to be really surprised about it.
That's tinfoil hat to a T, but
yep. I'm just saying, Sam managed to put the hat on my head.
What incentive is there for the league to be okay with that, though?
Oh, I don't know. Money.
It's not going to generate any extra money for the league.
No, probably not.
You're still going to get the same turnout at the Super Bowl. Did they officially announce?
I think it's more a matter of because everybody's in on these stupid betting apps. Everybody's got a stake in the app. Even the NFL has stake in all these apps. Yeah. So ultimately, you want the underdog to win because that's who the people are not going to bet on. So they're going to lose all their money betting on the team that's obviously supposed to win. Look, it's all you just got to look at Polymarket. You got to look at DraftKings.
I gambled for a little bit when they first came out and they gave you free money.
That was the awesomest time.
That's when I did my little gambling. I hit a couple.
Yeah.
I hit one by accident. Has anyone hit an accidental bet? And I'll explain what I'm talking about. I went to place a bet on a NASCAR race back in 2023 when all this first came out. And I was watching a race, and I'm a big Ryan Blaney fan. He's an Ohio guy, born in Hartford, Ohio, and rooting for him. And I put the race on, and he's winning the race. So I go on DraftKings and see what are the odds for Blaney to win the race. They do live odds, blah, blah, blah. I hit, boom, I'm going to wager $50 on Blaney. Well, I did not bet on that race, and I didn't realize I didn't bet on that race. And I thought I lost money because Blaney got wrecked, and he didn't even finish that race. So I'm like, damn, I just lost $50. Come to find out, I was betting on Ryan Blaney to win the NASCAR championship that year. And didn't even realize it until I watched the championship race and I saw Blaney win, and I got a notification from DraftKings, and I went, what the hell just happened? I won $300 or $400 on a $50 bet accidentally.
There you go. I mean, it's easy enough to do. When I first started using those apps, if I hadn't had a friend who had already been using the apps to show me how to use the app, I didn't know what I was doing. I think, honestly, every bit of money I made on DraftKings was accidental wins. So I'm with you.
Yeah, there was another one I did where it was a Formula One race, and it's all luck. It's all luck. I needed so much to happen in that race, and the second to last lap of the race, there was a huge accident on a restart, and all the guys in front of the guy that I needed to place higher wrecked, and I ended up winning onto that one too, just by pure accident.
Pure happenstance.
Pure happenstance. All right, we got one more.
I don't bet.
We got one more break to take. We're going to step away, close things out. It's the Tuesday, August 11th edition of the Sam Bourquin Show right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Our national parks didn't just happen. They were imagined by those who saw beyond their time. The trailblazers, the bold. They stood on the edges of canyons, walked through history, and understood that these places need us just as much as we need them. Now it's up to us. Join the National Park Foundation to ensure what's all of ours is here forever. Donate at nationalparks.org/trailblazers.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. As a mom, I want my kids to have full bellies, big dreams, and all the energy in the world to chase them. That is what I want for all kids. But right now, millions of kids in America are living with hunger. That means too many children are going without the meals they need to thrive. And that's just not okay. But the good news is this is a problem that we can all solve. No Kid Hungry works every day in schools, in communities, and during the summertime to make sure kids have healthy meals all year round. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. So let's do this. Let's give all the kids the chance to grow up healthy and strong.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Spread your love and light. Spread your love and light. Spread your love and light. Spread your love and light.
And we are back on the Sam Bourquin Show, Tuesday, August 10th, getting ready to wrap things up. It's 5:54. Don't forget, tomorrow, our good friend Mike Vorhies is going to be hosting the show for us from St. Herlumbos. Mike Dixon from the Q92 Sports Team, along with Brian Beatty from the Q92 Sports Team. They're going to be there with him as they do the St. Herlumbos Coaches Banquet, and we are 9 days away from from the kickoff of high school football, 10 days away from the first Friday of high school football, and it's hard to imagine how quickly this has come on.
I want to talk about it.
We were just talking about like trying to work ahead here at the station to get ready. There's a lot of work that goes into bringing these games. A lot of work. Ryan and myself do a big, massive chunk of it behind the scenes.
Sam and I were joking a couple of months ago that how it was a couple of months away. That feels like it was yesterday, and I'm just not happy about it. Summer's gone.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
I'm actually. This is my favorite time of year. I love this kind of weather. I love fall.
Yeah.
Fall's the best.
Yep.
I'm a fall boy.
It's nice to early in the year. It's nice to be out in the press boxes. There are some obviously that are better than others and that are nicer to go in and sit at or have more room. And but it's still an awesome product out on the field. The high school football is just so great in this area, and I'm looking forward to see, which teams are taking another step or which teams are continuing to improve. And you got a bunch of new coaches in the area this year, and you've got quite a few second-year coaches. You've got some coaches who, like Jackson, Jay Rohr, he's been with that program for a couple of years, waiting to see Jackson take that next step now. You had Coach Slates and Minerva last year, who did really, really, really well for Minerva, seeing what they do in year 2. Got a new coach at Glen Oak. There's so much going on this season. It's exciting. I can't wait to see what the Massillon Tigers put on the field this year. They're fun to watch. They are. Whether you like them or you don't like them, they are a fun football team to watch. And whether you like Coach Moore or don't like Coach Moore, because he is the coach of Massillon, he's a great coach. He really, truly is. And looking forward to seeing their part national schedule this year and getting to see them. McKinley, seeing what they're able to do this year. Second year head coach, moving up, continuing to build that program. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited for basketball this year.
Yeah.
I know it has nothing to do with what you're talking about, but I'm always excited for basketball.
Well, before you know it, it'll be here.
I know.
Last year, the EBC got pack games, and we try to cover everything throughout the season. 7 games every single Friday. Kicking things off week 1 on Thursday. Fairless at Sandy Valley. That'll be our FM game on Thursday. And then we have Jackson at Chardon. That's a heck of a matchup for the Polar Bears to start off their season. Same thing with McKinley on Friday. They are hosting Warren Harding. Looking forward to seeing how both those teams kind of mesh and get together. And, 2 programs that have a great history in the state of Ohio. Alliance and Northwest going to be right here on your AM 1310 WDPN. Christian Bigglesworth and Derek Demmett are going to be having the AM calls this season. Looking forward to seeing what the Aviators and Coach Goodman do. Northwest, seeing how they rebound and continue to go. We also have Central Catholic and Perry. That game's usually on the Thursday, is now moved to the Friday. North Ridgeville and Lake, the Blue Streaks, hosted North Ridgeville week 1. I always like what Coach DeGeorge does with that team. They're always physical. They're hard-nosed. They're ready to play. They've got good skilled position, big offensive line. I like to see the Lake Blue Streaks. Bookdale at Hoover. The Hoover Vikings, again, another program where they deal with injuries and it's next man up and they continue to go and go and go. This one, Glenville at Massillon, week 1. Are you kidding me? Glenville now in the Division 2 where they belong after playing and just running Division 4 for the last few years. That's a great test for both those programs to kick off the season. And Glen Oak at Dover opening up. We'll see what the Golden Eagles have with the new man at the helm for the Golden Eagles. And that's going to be it. What a day. Good show. I liked it. I thought we did good.
Yeah, we did.
We were a little more controlled than we were yesterday.
Look, we'll get comfortable. We'll slow things down. We're going to stop rambling at you.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
Mike Vorhies is going to be with you tomorrow from 3.
Make any progress tomorrow.
3 until 6 p.m.
Thursday.
Right here on AM 1310 WDPN. Ryan, hit it.
Go Bucks, go Guards, go Cavs, go Browns.
Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Stay safe, be kind, hug your loved ones. I will see you Thursday, but we'll see you right here tomorrow on AM 1310 WDPN. For Ryan Keller and Ryan Rainsberg, it's the Sam Bourquin Show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.